It'll be 3rd down and 12 at the 44-yard line. Direct snap, back to pass. Fires it down and he overthrows Walters. It's intercepted on the backside to the 30, to the 40, coming to the near side to the 50, and tripped up is Hayden Patterson, and a late flag as he gets to the 45-yard line of Shikellamy.
When he overthrew Charlie Walters, as Charlie was doing about a 10-yard out, the defensive back, number 35 for Milton, was in great position. In fact, he threw it right to him, and that would be Cale Walters, the senior. They have him as a linebacker, but actually he was playing corner that time. We have a penalty. It looks like it's against Milton.
Yeah, I think it's going to be after the play.
Kevin, that was a 10-yard drive the Braves had.
They're going to mark that all the way off to the 40-yard line.
Well, it's probably from the spot of where the infraction was.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. You know, it's definitely a first game type of situation here, Chief. You know, we're seeing those first game type of penalties. And Milton's going to come out now with 16 on the play clock. They're going to go right to the line of scrimmage. At the quarterback spot will be Minium. He'll send one receiver to the near side. And with 5 on the play clock, they'll send a man in motion. He's going to go back to the other side, moving left to right as we view things. Handoff across the 45 to the 46. And it looked like it might have been Wolf.
Well, it's number 5, but we don't have a number 5 on our paper.
No, I was going to say that is definitely a number 5. That might have been Brady Wolf, although they list him at 6.
No, Brady's not dressed, I don't think.
I'll try and figure that one out for you. Minium in the pistol now on 2nd down and 4 after the gain of 6. He'll give the handoff left side, and he'll get to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be about it. Snowed under there by a host of Braves on the far side of the field.
Chris Doyle's number is 7, but he's not out there, so maybe number 5. Oh, no, there's number 7. Picked up 1 yard on that, so it's 3rd and 3 here from Milton's own 47-yard line.
Here comes the direct snap. Handoff up the middle. Nothing there at all. Stuffed for no gain. And that time on the carry, that was going to be Doyle that time.
I gave him a yard, Kevin, so he spun out of the tackle. So are they going to punt or are they going to go for it? I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it, and they are, Kevin. Watch the hard count here.
It would be the situation for the hard count. 4th down, and they're going to take a timeout here. Yeah, well, Milton will take a timeout and talk it over.
Again, one of those beginning or the first game situations where they probably had a play called and they needed certain personnel in there, and probably somebody wasn't in that was supposed to be in. But any way we look at it, it's 4th and 2. Big play here, both for Milton's offense and Shikellamy's defense. And again, the hard count, try to get somebody off sides. That usually works to the favor of the offense this time of the year, but we'll have to see what happens. Or I wouldn't be surprised if we see a quick pass here, Kevin.
7:07 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Shikellamy drove the ball into Milton territory, and then an interception brought it back to where it is right now. And Shikellamy trying to get a 4 and out right now. Let's see if Milton goes to maybe a quick punt here after setting up for an offensive play. They're in the pistol right now. And a stutter step. Nope, they're going to go for it. And putting in there, Shikellamy got the defensive surge off the right side and stops the running back for no gain. And maybe even a loss of 2 yards on the play. Coming up, Corbin Stahl from the safety position to finish things off.
That was a great job by the entire left side of the defense for right side of the defense for Shikellamy. And they basically hit him as soon as he was at the mesh point with the quarterback, and he had nowhere to go.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Braves in Milton territory at the Black Panthers' 47-yard line.
Good field position for the Braves.
Sun starting to set on our WKOK Sports YouTube channel. In your face, in our face as well. Raybuck now under center in a wing T formation. They're going to bring a man in motion to the near side. Here's the handoff. Turbo Ortiz in the open field. Turbo Ortiz to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5, and he is knocked out of bounds at the 2, make it the 3-yard line. A gain of 44.
Well, Kevin, a little bit of what you call the guard trap. It's either a guard trap or it was a cross block on the right side. It was hard to tell, but you know, once he got to see me, he looked to the outside and he just blew by everybody, blew by the linebackers, blew by the defensive backs, and just got caught from behind. I guess he doesn't have the blazing speed we thought he had.
That's all right. He's 230. Blazing speed isn't what he's in there for. He's in there right now, along with number 6, Mikey Vaders, as they're at the 3-yard line.
A big play here.
Man in motion to the near side. Here's the handoff to the big man, Turbo Ortiz. Pulls his way ahead, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Shikellamy.
When's the last time that you remember that we had a chance to say the Braves scored the first goal, first touchdown? Anyway, we got Mr. Turbo Ortiz for that TD.
6-0 Shikellamy with the extra point pending. And that extra point on the foot of Ryan DePhillips, the 5'7", 127 freshman. Corbin Stahl was the holder last night at practice. And here comes the snap. Long count. Snap's good. Sets down. The kick is up. High enough. Long enough. And it is good.
Can I talk a little bit about Mr. DePhillips? He's a freshman. He and his cousin both play on the soccer team. And this year they brought him over here and he was doing a great job. He must be 110, 120 pounds soaking wet, but he's got a great leg. And again, I went to school with his grandfather. So we'll just stop at that, okay?
Grandfather, huh?
Yeah, so it's really great that the Braves got a touchdown and they got the extra point. With 6:47 here to go in this first quarter. 7-0 Shikellamy. Kevin, you want to know how many plays it took to go those 47 yards?
3.
2.
2?
That's it.
I'll tell you what, that was a good drive to open the series, and then, of course, the overthrow by intended for Walter. The overthrow intended for Walter ended up getting intercepted on the backside. Braves defense stood up and made a stand on a 4-and-out. And then, as you said, a 2-play drive spanning 47 yards for the touchdown.
I don't know if the folks at home probably saw it. When Derek got that handoff and he got to the line of scrimmage, it looked like he was almost slowed down. But what happened was he was looking for the right seam, and when he found it, he burst through that. Just a great run, but good blocking again up front by the Shikellamy offensive line.
Shikellamy Braves football on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, sponsored in part by Sunbury Motor Company and Northumberland National Bank. Here's the kick, end-over-end kick. Hits at about the 15, taking it to 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25-yard line, and then looks like Diddy is tripped up at about the 27.
Well, that was number 15 again for the Braves, which would be Corbin Stahl, the sophomore this year. Was down on that kickoff, and there was somebody else underneath it. Apologize, I can't find it, but good coverage by the Braves. Milton starting on their own 27-yard line.
Milton has not had a first down, but they've only had one series in this particular first quarter, with 6:42 remaining here in the first.
That first touchdown is big.
Oh, absolutely.
Just huge. Especially for the Braves.
Mentally
tough.
Yeah.
Now you just got to, again, play tough defense and get another 3-and-out. Or 4 and give us the ball at that spot. We got a penalty.
Yeah, there's a flag already, and I'm wondering if...
got 12 men on the field.
I was going to say, I wonder if they had too many men. And here comes Joe Claiborne, says illegal participation against the Milton Black Panthers. So instead of having the ball at the 27-yard line, they're going to mark it back to about the 22-yard line. It'll be first down and 15 for Milton.
That is the third penalty on the Black Panthers. Braves with one penalty so far, Kevin.
Milton in the pistol formation with Minium at quarterback. Braves showing blitz up the middle. And that time they tried to time it and could not time it right.
So they're going to give it right back to him. Give that 5 yards back.
Jackson Kashuba looked like he might have jumped offside, and also there was Luke Keeley. Keeley was starting to cheat up the middle as well, but you're right, they're going to give the 5 back, so we're going to start right where we did a few moments ago. 1 lone back in the pistol, 3 bunch to the near side. Here comes the pitch to the near side. Braves have pressure in the backfield, but turning the corner is Fisher. Fisher spun down. Is that Stahl again? It is Stahl again at the 35-yard line, but a gain of 7 brings up a 2nd down and short.
Yeah, Montgomery Fisher, he got the corner, and of course, they had a Brave in pursuit, but he didn't get to him quick enough, and he made that corner, and thank goodness Stahl was there to make a good tackle.
Clock winding now. Minium is going to make the pitch to Fisher again. Fisher has to break 2 tackles in the backfield. Cannot break the 3rd tackle as Connor Fassbinder picks up the tackle for a loss of 1 back to the 35-yard line.
They should have gotten him in the backfield. He did a nice job of getting away from 2 guys, but again, a big down here, 3rd and 2, Kevin.
It is indeed 3rd down and 2. Braves or Milton 0 for 1 on 3rd down conversion. Shikellamy leading at 7-0, winding under 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this first quarter. 2 receivers go to the far side, way out, ball in the near hash mark. Now they have not set yet. 9 on the play clock. Minium takes a snap. It's going to be a screen pass to Monty Fisher, the running back. He's going to cross the 40, the 45, and get almost to midfield. A great call as Fisher got into some open field, got some great blocks as well by the wide receivers on the far side.
Corbin Stahl with the tackle, all right?
That's what, his 4th tackle already in this game?
That we know of.
Well put.
Sometimes we don't see a solid tackle, too. I mean, Corbin wrapped his arms and put him right down.
It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 50-yard line. Bunch to the far side, ball on the far hash mark now. Minium will take the direct snap. Nope, it's actually not going to be Minium. That's going to go to, let's see, number 29, Diddy, and Diddy goes nowhere.
They had him 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he slipped away from 2 guys, and he picked up 2 yards of that, but it's still a loss of 2.
I'll bring it back to the Milton 48-yard line. So Minium will now come back in at quarterback. Was Minium at quarterback there? I honestly could not tell. The sun setting in our face makes it kind of challenging.
We'll have to do the instant replay to find out.
Oh, there we go. Fisher is the back to the right in the shotgun. Wing to the near side. In motion is Wirtz. And that time one of the receivers got an early start, and that's going to be 5 yards against the Milton Black Panthers.
Well, the old penalty bug has hit both teams, but it's hit the Black Panthers a little bit more.
Well, we talked about it earlier. I mean, Milton, after such a successful year last year, trying to build on that, then having a new coach as well. It's been an adjustment. Matt Wilson, the new coach here at Milton. This is the 3rd coach in 3 years for the Milton Black Panthers. So you're almost learning a new system every year.
Yeah, Coach Zettelmoyer last year, he only was there for 1 year.
Did he go to Selinsgrove?
No, he's the police chief in Milton.
Okay.
I think he had his hands full.
Probably. 2 receivers to the near side, and they're going to adjust to get on one of the receivers on the line of scrimmage, so there's no penalty for illegal formation. There's the pass. Nice pass to about the 45-yard line of Shikellamy by Minium, and he will fire it out there to Fisher.
Yeah. Fisher's been a big part of their offense here.
Gain of about 7 will bring up 3rd down and 5. Third down of the ball game with 4:46 to go, and the clock stopped here in the first quarter. Shikellamy leading at 7-0 over the Milton Black Panthers. Two receivers to the far side. That's the short side. One coming to the near side, and that's going to be Chase Lytle to the near side. Pistol formation for Minium. He's going to hand the ball off. Looking for running room off the left side is Doyle. He's going to find the 1st down to the 40, to the 35, and down almost to the 30-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds.
Looks like it's a pickup of 13, Kevin.
That's a good and a big run. And this is what we expected to see from Milton, just a pounded out on the ground offensive plays.
Especially with Chris Doyle. I mean, he was been their running back for the last 3 years. I know he had a problem with an ACL tear for a while, but I think he lost some time there.
3 receivers now to the near side. Ball on the far hash mark, moving left to right. Minium back to pass, rolling out, has time. Looking. Now the pressure's coming. Fires it. Intercepted! Threw it right into the belly of Fastbinder. And Fastbinder picks it up and takes it to the 38-yard line. Make that the 42-yard line. And Shikellamy gets a turnover.
Boy, that was big, Kevin. And you're right. I mean, he didn't have to move. It's just like the interception that Brody threw. All right, number 35, who again was Cale Walter. He threw it right at him, and the same thing now with Fastbinder.
Well, the pass was intended for Lytle, and Lytle was another 5 yards downfield, and Fastbinder was right in front of him. I just don't think Minium got his feet set on the rollout and just couldn't put anything on it.
Well, Braves are going to start their offense from their own 42-yard line.
1st and 10, 1 receiver to the far side, wing formation. That wingman is in motion, and that is Thomas. And right up the gut. Oh, what a run right up the middle for Vaders, and there was a lot of room up there. Big push from the front, that middle offensive line of the Braves.
Well, they run that off-center play. Basically, it looks almost like it is a trap. I don't know if they pulled somebody and had a trap man, but they did a nice job of getting a nice hole on the left side of the center. Vader picks up the 6 yards.
2nd down and 4 as Walter, the tight end, to the near side. They'll send Stahl to the far side of the field. Wing to the near side. That's going to be Pollock. Pollock in motion now. Here's the handoff. Right up the middle between the tackles. Bowling his way ahead is Vaders.
You got to get your Star Wars out of your head there, buddy. All right.
I think every time he gets a first down, they should play the Imperial March.
That's true. Well, that was 2 yards plus 7. That's a 9-yard gain that time by Vader. He's on the Milton 43.
1st and 10 in Milton territory for the 3rd time on 3 consecutive drives. Pollock in motion to the far side. Play action. Brody's all by himself. Gets a block from Pollock. Turns it inside to the 40. Smack down at the 40-yard line after a gain of 3. It looked like there was a hole there. Pollock gave him a little bit of a block, but I don't think Brody really got to that hole quickly.
The defender on that side did a nice job of making Brody turn inside. I mean, Brody wanted to get outside of him, but he fought off the block, I believe, by Pollock and had to turn inside, and he got some inside help then to make the tackle.
2nd down. Backs are split behind the quarterback, Raybuck. In motion, Pollock. Handoff left side, big hole again. And across the 35 to the 1st down marker is that Shikellamy offense on the ground.
It looks like it's a 1st down.
I think it is.
No, they look.
It's a 1st down.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Vaders with another big run for the Braves.
So that's a pickup of 7. And again, they're just pounding this time the left side of the line and with their halfback, and it's just a great job of the line up front, plus Vader's just running hard, Kev.
Backs are split now behind Raybuck. 1st and 10. Clock winding with 2:14 to go. Shikellamy leading at 7-0 here in the 1st. And a whistle. I don't see a flag. I didn't see a flag, though.
It might be down here. It's against Milton again. I think they're lined up.
Did they line up in the neutral zone again?
It looks that way.
Let's see here. Joe Claybon says dead ball foul, encroachment, or offside, actually, against the Milton Black Panthers. So it'll be 1st down and 5.
Well, Kevin, that's the 5th penalty for Milton in this 1st quarter. They've been 5-yarders, but that adds up to be 25 yards.
Braves have it now 1st and 5 at the Milton 28-yard line. Raybuck under center, 1 receiver to each side. Now Pollock in motion as the wingman. They're going to go to Vaders again, and that time it was sniffed out and smothered by the Milton defense. Leading the way for the Black Panthers, number 62, Nate Lopez.
Well, sometimes you go to the well too often.
That well ran dry.
Yes, it did.
Yep. Second down and 5 for the Braves at the Milton 28-yard line. Shikellamy Braves football here on News Radio 1070 WKOK, brought to you in part by Purdy Insurance, Ad One, and Shamokin Dam Health Center. Backs are split behind Raybuck. Raybuck, play fake, rolling out, pressure's coming, fires it, finds his seam, and then the man in that seam is Charlie Walter, and Chuck has it down to the 11-yard line. That'll be a gain of 27 on the pass play to Walter.
Well, he was wide open too, Kevin. There was nobody around him. You know, last year, Charlie might have dropped that pass. This year, he's got sure hands, all right?
He sure did. You're absolutely right. A year ago, he would have gotten a little nervous as a freshman when that ball came to him, but he looked really confident there, caught it in stride, and turned it upfield.
Yeah, it's the Delaware wing T waggle, and I'll talk about that after this play, but, you know, Brody did exactly what he's supposed to, fumble.
And the ball is loose, and that ball was on the ground. Nobody was around it, and Brody hopped on it and might have gotten a yard gain on that.
Well, Kevin, on that play, when you roll out, the quarterback rolls out, he has got to make a decision. You got a guard pulling, and the guard's going to hold up that guy that's coming on the pressure from the outside, and you step inside and make the pass, and that's exactly what Brody did. And, of course, Charlie Walters was coming across from the opposite side, and nobody went with him. He's wide open. That's what I'm talking about in the wing T. Your quarterback has options a lot more, and especially if you got a quarterback that is physically tough and can run and pass on the run too. But he pulled up and took the shot there.
18 on the play game clock, 5 on the play clock. Raybuck now has the wing to the far side. He's going to have to hurry.
There's
One,
offsides.
and they're going to. And
somebody
it's definitely not
stood
going to be delay.
Somebody stood up on the Braves line.
So this will likely be the last play of the quarter with just 11 seconds remaining in the Braves in the red zone. It is going to be a dead ball foul against Shikellamy for a false start. Second down and 10, which will mark it now to the 22-yard line.
Well, one of the offensive or defensive line from Milton moved, and one of our linemen stood up. So he didn't get into the neutral zone, so it's a penalty on the Braves. I don't think they're going to get this one off, Kev.
Well, the clock is going to wind, but it's going to wind down to the end of the first quarter play. At the end of the first 12 here of the 2024 season at the new Shikellamy All Sports Complex, it's Shikellamy 7, Milton nothing, but the Braves are driving. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
The Sunbury Motor Company.
Austin Martin, Kia Elite Sales Consultant, Maranatha Christian School.
Amber Wren, Certified Hyundai and Lincoln Sales Consultant, Selinsgrove Area High School.
Ian Chikuski, Certified Ford Sales Professional, Mount Carmel and Shamokin area.
Christopher Stengline, Ford Certified Sales Consultant, Selinsgrove Area High School.
Tom Mertz, fourth generation owner, Sunbury Motor Company, Shikellamy High School.
A tradition of trust since 1915.
Would people describe you as trustworthy, committed, and organized? If so, you may be perfect for a career in accounting. And the perfect place to start your career is Lackawanna College in Sunbury. With associate and bachelor's degree programs, Lackawanna College can prepare you for a lifetime of success in a field where your skills are always in demand. Learn more about your future in accounting. Visit lackawanna.edu. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Back at the Shikellamy All Sports Complex here in Sunbury. Braves leading at 7-0 as we start the second quarter play. Our WKOK Sports YouTube channel broadcast sponsored in part by W&L Subaru, Lackawanna College, J.J. Powell, Wise Markets, and Mark's Gap View Hunting Preserve. Take a look at the scoreboard coming up, and don't forget we have another special feature that Chief loves, and that's Rules of the Game. That'll be coming up here in this quarter.
Can hardly wait.
Pollock under center. Nope, it's going to be a Pollock handoff as he goes behind center.
He should have kept going on the inside. He tried to do the patented Pollock spin out of a tackle, and that time the defender for Milton held on to him.
Quick update on our scoreboard, and you can find it at WKOK.com. Selinsgrove leading Juniata in the second quarter 7-0. Line Mountain 15, Lewisburg 7. That game being played at Milton. That is in the first quarter. Loyal Sox shutting out Mifflinburg after 1, 7-0. Central 7, Midwest 0 in the first. Muncie and Warrior Run tied at 7. Mount Carmel and North Schuylkill tied at 7. Dallas leading Jersey Shore 13-0. Those are all first quarter scores. Second quarter here is Raybuck back to pass. 5-step drop, finds a seam and hits the shoulder pad. And Corbin Stahl could not hang on to that one. Otherwise, he had a shot at 6 down the middle of the field.
So do you think we try a field goal here with the freshman DePhillips? Yes, there he comes.
And that will be his first, obviously, field goal attempt. Remember, Stahl was the holder, and he is the holder tonight.
Ryan is 127 pounds, Kevin, 5'5". Great soccer player. He scored a couple of goals in the scrimmage on Saturday.
And Coach Kaiser, I think, is going to call a timeout. They're going to talk this one over, give him a little bit more time to set up. This would be a 34-yard attempt as he was setting up at the 24-yard line. All right, here we go. It's time for Rules of the Game. It's brought to you by Wiest, Benner & Rice, LLC. A tight end is lined up on the right side of the line of scrimmage. There's a wide receiver lined up on that side of the line of scrimmage to the tight end's right. The tight end, is he an eligible receiver? I'll read it again. Tight end lined up on the right side. The wide receiver is lined up on the line of scrimmage to the tight end's right. Is the tight end an eligible receiver? Don't answer yet. We'll have the answer coming up in a couple of plays. Are you prepared?
You should let me know ahead of time what these are.
No, that's half the fun of it. 35-yard attempt from just about the near hash mark for the freshman. Snap, set, kick, up. It is drifting to the left, and it is no good. Couldn't quite get that one to hook inside the left upright, and the Braves drive stalls with 11:13 to go here in the first half, and Shikellamy leading it 7-0.
Kevin, I'm watching them run the wing T offense. I'm very familiar with it, but Coach Dick Purnell was up here before the game. Him and his wife Mary Jane are here, and this summer Coach Kaiser got a little bit of tutoring from Coach Purnell about the wing T, and
Coach Kaiser's been running it for about 800 years.
Coach Purnell, 167 wins, 94 losses, and 5 ties in his career here at Shikellamy. That's a 637 percentage. I don't think anybody's going to beat that coaching here at Shikellamy.
And you could bet he's got some things you can learn from. Oh, the Braves just snuffed that one out completely, and stacking them up immediately is Bryce Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh with a great stuff there from his defensive tackle position. It'll be a loss of 1.5.
Kevin, he also told me one of the players came up after they introduced him. Coach Kaiser introduced Coach Purnell and said, "You coached my grandfather." He said, "Get away from me, kid."
Yeah, that sounds like it. Sun's starting to set here at the Shikellamy All Sports Complex here in Sunbury. Minium now in the pistol formation, bunched to the near side. They're going to run that little pitch. They're going to run it to Fisher. They've been very successful with it. Fisher tripped up right at the first down marker, might have leaned ahead to the 31 for a first down gain of 12.
They don't have an answer for him on that. He gets ahead of steam once he makes the corner. He's one of those runners that never falls backwards. He always leans forward.
Their receiver bunch is blocking it very, very well in that little triangle formation. Here comes the pitch. They'll run it to the near side, and this time he's met at about a 2-yard gain to the 32-yard line. Brought down there by the Braves, Noah Johnson.
Yeah, Noah was a freshman last year. This year, he got a chance. He was picked as one of the outstanding freshmen in the country, and he got a chance to go, I believe, out to, I'm not exactly what stadium he went to, but he spent some time out there.
Coach Kaiser talked about it in the pregame show, and I can't remember either. And I've seen the pictures, too.
And I read about it in the paper, too.
He had his Shikellamy photo on the scoreboard in game position, game action. Here's the handoff again, and that time it will be Fisher dragging the pile ahead to the 35-yard line for a gain of 2. And that'll bring up third down, and we'll call it a long 5.
That was another one of those rugby scrums.
Yeah.
They really didn't tackle him. Yeah, I'm impressed with him. He's a very good, he's got speed, but he's also got that low center of gravity, and you got to make sure you wrap your arms. You got to keep a hold of him. He's going to break many tackles.
For the first time in the new Shikellamy All Sports Complex history, a football game will be under the lights, and the new lights, I should say, at this stage.
There's only 4 poles.
4 poles now. Here's the direct snap to Milton. He's going to run it. Tries to get to the outside. Braves stop him there, and at the line of scrimmage, spun him down for no gain on the play. And the tackle by Maddox Hoover from his corner spot.
I got to tell you right now, number 25 is the one that met him at the line of scrimmage. Derek Turber Ortiz. I'm sure that many of them saying, "Who get the number of that train?" All right.
You're right. It was
a heck of
DTO.
Yeah. So we'd have a punt in this situation.
It's the first punt of the game, and Pollock is back deep along with Stahl. And doing the punting for the Black Panthers, let's see, I can't actually see who that is yet. And there's the direct snap. Booting the ball away is going to be number 14, that's Patterson. And
Good
Stahl
job.
will get it and cover it.
Good job by Corbin, all right, to call for the fair catch. You want a little story about these lights, Kevin?
Sure.
There are actually the lights on top, but there are lights at halfway up the pole that you can't see, but they're actually shining down. Actually,
Yes.
they're more than half. They shine down to catch all of the blind spots. There are no blind spots on this field with those lights.
And those smaller lights are like more pedestrian lights,
Yes,
and for the fans more than the stadium itself.
And you know what's really cool? Coach, or I should say ex-coach, basketball coach 4, and AD, Tim 4, he can turn those lights on with his phone.
Oh, that's frightening.
He might be sitting at home right now, and he's just
Probably.
turned the lights on.
I saw him here, but I'm sure he's sitting at home. No, he's in here now. I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if he's sitting at home now after everything's all getting underway. 7:57 to go here in the half. Here comes the handoff, and not much there for Derek Turber Ortiz. He'll maybe get to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Braves lead at 7-0 here in the second.
Big number 66 kind of smothered him at the line of scrimmage. Didn't give Derek a chance to work up any speed, and that would be Darren Bentley.
After this play, we'll give you the rules of the game answer. Presented by Weiss, Benner, and Rice.
I won't be able to.
Oh, I think you will. You played tight end, didn't you?
No, I was a tackle.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't play tight end at all?
Nope.
I swear you told me a story about playing tight end.
I never played tight end. I told you that we didn't have tackles, so that's why I had to be a tackle.
Here's the play fake. Rolling out is Brody. He will fire it over to the far side of the field and completes it over there to Owen Elliott. Elliott with a gain of a couple there. All right, the tight end's lined up on the right side on the line of scrimmage. The wide receiver to his right is also on the line of scrimmage. Is the tight end an eligible receiver?
I would say he is.
He is not. He is covered.
I know, but you only got one guy.
If the wide receiver's a yard off the ball, then the tight end's eligible.
Well, you didn't say that.
Yes, I did. I said he lined up on the line of scrimmage and the wide receiver was like, it's not my fault if you don't listen to me. You haven't listened to me in 30 years. Why start now?
It goes the other way too, Kevin. You know that.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway, we look at the Braves have a 3rd and a long 8 here from their own 36-yard line.
3rd down and 8 indeed. They'll come up close and they'll swing it out for Pollock, and Pollock could not hang on to that. By the way, our rules of the game every week brought to you by Weiss, Benner, and Rice. When you need help with the rules of law, contact them. They'll guide you through personal injury, accident and injury, divorce, family and state law, civil and human rights, and criminal law. Call 570-286-4022 and let Weiss, Benner, and Rice help you avoid penalties.
Mr. Pollock is a marked man, and,
Yes.
and that's what they call in soccer when you've got a great player, you mark him, all right? They are basically not giving him anything at all.
No, you're absolutely right. They have him on tight coverage because they know once he beats the coverage, he's gone. Here comes the punt from Raybuck. Raybuck at about the 22, fumble the ball. He's going to get it back. He's got room to the near side. He's down to the 40-yard line. He's got to get to the 45. Did he get there? They have him spotted right at the first down marker. Did he scramble for the first down?
I think they're going to give it to him.
Oh, my.
They said first down.
And they are moving the chains. First down after the snap was low. And Raybuck takes it to the near side, knew where he needed to go, and raced to the first down marker. Wow.
Well, Kevin, it wasn't a punt fake. It was a malfungi.
It was.
And the ball was dropped by Brody, and he just, instead of trying to get out and kick it, he picked it, and nobody was on this side. Did a nice job of picking up the first down.
Raybuck with the pitch to the near side. Derek Turber-Ortiz to the 45, cuts it inside. He's got 4 tacklers on him. They finally stop him at the 47-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, second down and 6 as the sun sets here at the Shikellamy All Sports Complex.
Well, the Braves definitely have had the ball a lot. I don't know exactly what the time of possession is, but they've had, for the first half here, they've had they've run a lot more plays than the Black Panthers have.
Well, you know, a year ago, the Braves really struggled offensively and averaged 53 plays a game. Their opponents averaged 44, but it's because they kept scoring. I mean, it's honestly the case. I mean, Braves were outscored 43-16 last year. Handoff off the left side to the 50-yard line.
That was Vader.
And it was Vader.
It was a quick pitch, Kevin, and he picked this, looked like he was going to go wide, but he just cut it inside and picked up a couple of yards.
Remember, the Braves have 2 timeouts remaining with 5:05 to go here in this first half of play. Shikellamy leading at 7-0. It's been a little bit on a home game opening night where the Braves have led at halftime. They'd like to add to that lead if they could. Tight coverage on the far side to Pollock. Back to pass, looking at Pollock. Pump fake, fires it. Pollock went inside, the pass went outside, and it goes incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. And you're right. They were really, I mean, that wasn't bump and run, that was bump and glued coverage to the
he was stuck to him
Pollock.
pretty good.
I think on that far side it might have been Lytle that was actually on the coverage there. Raybuck now punting again after he got the first down on a rugby-style run.
Who's the long snapper? Is that Veda? Yeah, it is. No, it's
No,
Derek.
I don't
it's
think
Derek
so.
Turber-Ortiz.
I thought it was Willie Bender
It's
there.
25, I think.
Here comes the kick. Good kick by Raybuck. Takes the returner all the way back to the 10-yard line. He's going to go to the 15, to the 20, and breaks a tackle to the near side to the 30. He's going to go to the 35, spins to the inside. And Diddy gets to the 40-yard line before they stop him after a gain of 30.
Brody Raybuck on the tackle. It looked like a fireman's carry, but he got him down, all right?
Well, that's his other sport in the winter. He's grabbed a whole lot of jersey, and you're right, spun him right down. 1st and 10, and Milton with some positivity here in this first half.
You know, how big was that offsides, not offsides, but the, motion penalty on the lineman when Shikellamy was down on the 10-yard line? Everything just fell apart after that.
Yeah.
They had to try to field goal, and they didn't make it.
I don't think we've seen the Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game, but we'll be looking for it. Back to pass, Minium. Minium looking long downfield. This could be one of the opportunities. The pass is incomplete. Well defended, and Corbin got it. He got it. Corbin Stahl got it lying on his back. The pass intended downfield to Monty Fisher. Double coverage there, and Stahl got it laying down.
You know that he's playing center field back there, Kevin. He doesn't have any responsibilities except go to the ball. And the corner over there was with the receiver from Milton, and Corbin just came over and with his physical ability and his athletic ability, his basketball jumping ability, leaped up and got it.
Now the officials are talking about the spot, and just to make sure it was a clean interception, that'll give us an opportunity to remind you that Shikellamy Braves football on WKOK, sponsored in part by Cole Stony Hill Tree Farm, Service First Federal Credit Union, and Sunbury Housing
There's
Authority.
a flag on the other side,
And you're
Kevin.
right, there is a flag. It's going to be against Milton. And I wonder if that might have been against Fisher, because Fisher was not happy when he got up. I'll put it that way. No, it's pass interference against Shikellamy. Pass interference against the Braves, so that negates the interception. and it will actually give Milton a first down at the Shikellamy 45-yard line.
We never saw the.
I did not see the contact. Yeah. I mean, it was on the far side of the field.
But we never saw the flag either, Kevin.
I mean, there was a lot of people over there that could have. It is not a call that I would question.
No, you're right.
But it was definitely a good distance away to get a good look at it. Now we're in a pistol formation with Milton. He will take the direct snap, runs to the right side, fires it downfield. That is complete to the first down marker. And then the receiver is swarmed under right about the first down marker, which is at about the 35-yard line. And trying to see who that was that caught that one.
I couldn't tell. Was it 32?
And I honestly, I think it might have been Fisher. So they'll give him an 8-yard gain at the 37-yard line. Minium in the pistol once again. Clock winding, nope, clock stop, I should say, with 3:43. And you're right,
again.
Illegal participation.
Yep.
One of the Milton linemen has white shoes, or I'm sorry, not white, but yellow shoes that are the exact color of our referee's flag. So every time I look up, I see it, I think there's a flag. It's actually just his left shoe or right shoe. 2nd down and 7. Minium now with the ball at the 42-yard line. Back to pass, rolling out, pressure, makes a man miss. Now he goes out to the far side and pushed out of bounds by DTO. That'll bring up a 3rd down now for Milton. Clock stop with 3:32 to go in the first quarter. Shikellamy leading it by a score of 7-0.
DTO, not GTO. Remember
Right.
that song,
Yes.
GTO?
Little
You know?
GTO.
Yeah. We got a big DTO on defense and offense.
That's right. And you know, if he was a wrestler, he could have a move called the DTO. I don't know what it would mean, but I mean, it would sound cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
All right. Motion man going back and forth. The handoff now goes to the right side. Doyle, nowhere. He's going to lose 41. A couple. Yeah, that's going to be a nice play there for the Braves by Bryce Brumbaugh.
We watched Bryce play junior varsity basketball last year. About 6 foot, 200 pounds, pretty solid kid. Did a nice job of bringing down Doyle, who I was expecting to get the ball all the time.
Loss of 4 on the play.
Timeout.
It appears as though Milton will take their 2nd timeout with 3:06 remaining here in the first half, and Shikellamy leading it by a score 7-0 to talk about this 4th down and 10.
Do you honestly think that they're going to go for it here? I mean, they're at midfield. All right.
Well, they get the ball to start the second half. Their defense has played pretty well except for one series and one play, really, to be honest with you, the big run by Derek Turbo Ortiz in the first quarter.
Also, there was a nice possession when they got the ball down to the 3-yard line.
Now,
I'm sorry, when they got down to the 10-yard line.
That being said, they have not been successful on 4th down. They are 0 for 1 on 4th down. But if it were 4th and 5, I would say yes. 4th and 10, I don't know how confident is Coach Wilson in this team's passing game, because I think you have to throw for it.
They're going for it because Minium's coming out at quarterback.
Well, and the other question is, can they get the ball to Fisher? I mean, Fisher's the guy that they're going to have to get the ball to. He's on the far side of the field right now.
We got a bunch over here. We got trips on the left side.
They're going to go tight bunch in the triangle to the near side. Ball on the far hash mark, moving right to left. They whistle the ball in play, and they whistle the ball stopped. And there's a flag, and I think we have illegal participation against Shikellamy this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, it might be 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nope, 12.
Wow.
Yeah, they were trying to shuttle guys in and out, and I think that makes this 4th down a little bit different now, 4th and 5. Now I don't blame you for going for it. Minium gets the direct snap, and there's flags again. And this time the Braves have another mess up amount of guys on the field. I think they have illegal participation again, and Coach Kaiser is livid.
Yeah, there's 12 out there. You're right, Kevin.
And they might have got the timeout before the flag. Coach Kaiser may have gotten the timeout before the flag to save a first down there.
Well, that's good. That's good thinking. But you're right. There were 12 guys out there.
And our technical director on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, Ryan McDonald, said he definitely got the timeout before. He said you could see it clearly on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. So it'll be 4th down and 5. And by the way, that WKOK Sports YouTube channel is brought to you in part by Zimmerman, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram Truck. And remember, we told you about this during the winter sports season, but it goes for the fall sports season too. All these folks you hear on the broadcast, they're the ones that make this possible. Not only the video broadcast, but also the radio broadcasts that you can also get on your smartphone and on your Amazon Alexa. Wouldn't be able to do any of this without those sponsors. So make sure you visit them, spend your money there, and say thank you for being a part of our Shikellamy broadcasts here on WKOK and on our YouTube channel. Back to pass, Minium on a 4th and 5. Pump fakes, fires it, incomplete, and a late hit. A late hit on the quarterback is coming by Bryce Brumbaugh.
Roughing the passer.
That will be an automatic first down. And it was legit. I mean, it was a forearm or a two-hand shiver. 3:01 to go. Milton will get the first, after Coach Kaiser calls the timeout to avoid another illegal participation penalty. Milton still gets the first down.
Yeah, 15 yards.
Via the penalty and a bonus 10 yards to boot. So not only did Coach Kaiser burn a timeout, but they ended up also giving him an extra 10 yards yet. Talk about a bad situation. Of course, if you're Milton, you're looking for something positive right now. Minium is going to hold it, and it's going to be a read option, and he will give it to Doyle, and Doyle goes to the right side for a gain of about 2, and that might not have been the right read, and I think Minium is going to have to learn that a little bit more, because that read option, he's got to read the outside backer, and he had plenty of room on the right side if he decided to go, Chief.
Like I said, new quarterback.
Well,
new
again,
game.
he's learning. Yeah, he's learning, and again, he'll look at that on Monday. They'll show him that on film, and he'll make that adjustment, no question. Minium now with a sidecar left, rolling out, has plenty of time, fires it, and is complete to Fisher down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, Fisher has basically been a thorn in Shikellamy defensive side all night long. That's another first down.
Clock stop with 2:20 to go here in the first half of play. Shikellamy leading it by a score of 7-0.
They're down to the Shikellamy 15-yard line now, Kevin.
Indeed, this is their first trip inside the red zone here this evening.
Fisher has been basically the offense for Milton tonight, running the ball and catching passes.
4 quicks right now for the Black Panthers. Doyle to the left. It's going to be Minium all by himself. He's going to get to the corner to the 10. Cuts inside down to the 5. Dragging tacklers to the out-of-bounds marker at about the 4-yard line. Actually going to spot him a little bit out of bounds before he got to the 5. They're going to say he stepped out at the 6, it appears. So it'll be 2nd down and 1 after the gain of 9. Clock stopped rather, with 2:12 remaining here in the first quarter. Shikellamy with 1 timeout remaining. Milton with 1 timeout remaining. Remember, Milton will get the ball to start the second half.
This would be a big momentum swing going into halftime.
Very big. Doyle is the sidecar right. Minium pitches to Doyle. Doyle tries to get outside, can't go anywhere, and he's dead at the 9-yard line.
Good job by the defensive back for Shikellamy on the right side of Milton's offense. He came up and made Doyle cut inside, and then of course you got to have everybody flow into the ball, and he got a lot of help from the inside.
That was actually Chase Schwartz that ended up finishing off the tackle. I think Willie Bender got there early as well, the Will backer. So a loss of 2 will bring up 3rd down. Well, actually a loss of maybe 1.5 will bring up 3rd down and a long 2. As we tick under 1:38 to go here in the half. Over to the far side, the dangerous Monty Fisher. 2 receivers to the near side. Pistol for Minium. Minium back to pass. He's looking for Fisher. Fisher well covered, and that ball slapped away. Incomplete. Defensive play by Maddox Hoover.
I would almost think that it looked like Fisher might have had his hands on Hoover.
There was a little bit of hand
by the
fighting.
way, that's Coach Hoover's son.
I kind of figured.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know
How would
that.
you like to be playing for your dad and he's in charge of the defense?
No. I didn't like playing when my father was a baseball ump. The strike zone was enormous.
Unless you were pitching, then it would be really small.
Well, listen, I pitched one time. I walked 3 guys and gave up a grand slam. That was my career right there as a pitcher.
Well, here we got fourth and 3, Kevin.
They're going to go for it. They have to get past the 5-yard line. Man in motion, back and forth. Handoff right up the middle. Did he get there? I think he got the first down, but not by a whole lot. And the third effort got him into the end zone. Touchdown, Milton. And they're wondering why the play wasn't whistled dead for basically for not having any forward momentum. But the officials left it go, and it comes as a 5-yard touchdown run. And was that Fisher that actually ran that one? Or?
I'm sure that was number 7, Chris
Doyle.
Doyle.
So with 1:12 remaining, Milton is 1 away from tying this one up. Here comes the kick for the extra point. It is up, it is high enough, it is long enough, and Osman puts it between the uprights. Good. We're all tied at 7 with 1:12 to go, and a great drive by the Milton Black Panthers, helped out by a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty.
60-yard drive, 13 plays, Kevin, which seemed to take forever.
So Doyle gets his first touchdown of the season. A year ago, he rushed for 11.
Again, nobody goes and tackles people at the legs. They're trying that upper body stuff. And, I mean, here's the other thing, Kevin. This is like the 3rd or 4th time we've had that situation, and they've blown it dead. This time they did not.
Yeah, they left it go. That forward. I was trying to say forward progress, but I couldn't get it out. Forward progress looked like it was stopped, but the officials didn't blow the whistle. And again, you're always taught, no matter what level you're at, you're always taught to make sure to play till the whistle. Well, the Braves will have their second opportunity to return this one. They have 1 timeout remaining and 1:12 here on the clock here in this first quarter of play. Shikellamy Braves football on WKOK, sponsored in part by Buffalo Wild Wings, fresh roasted coffee, and J.D. Feaster Earthworks.
Well, Kevin, give Milton a lot of credit. I mean, it was looking pretty grim for him halfway through the second quarter, but bounced back here with a nice drive and scored.
Here comes the boot. It'll be a squib kick that hits at about the 35 and rolls out of bounds. And Shikellamy again will get the ball with good field position because Milton does not want to kick it to any of the speedsters deep, understandably.
Well, you just need to put some speedsters up in the second area.
We'll check our scoreboard at WKOK.com a little bit later on here at halftime. Also coming up on halftime of our WKOK Sports YouTube channel, we will give you coverage of the band playing on the field for a little bit. Again, that's on our WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Just search for WKOK Sports.
Kevin, have you noticed how quiet it is down at our end?
It is.
You know why?
Silent.
Because they moved the band up with the student section instead of being right in front of us, which I thought was a great move.
Oh,
where would you want the band? You want the band with the student section.
I agree with that. Raybook now the quarterback. He's going to give the ball off to Derek Turber-Ortiz. Stiff arm to the 50. Puts a shoulder down and gains 12 with a punishing run.
They got to keep things moving here.
DTO with a big, big move. You ain't seen nothing yet. He's going to get it again. He spins to the inside. Breaks 2 tackles. 3 tackles, but the 5th and 6th put him down after a loss actually of 1. Clock winding with 48 seconds. We'll see if they take a timeout or if they're just going to try and sneak in another play. They're just going to try and sneak in another play and see what happens here. So with 35 on the play clock, 27 on the play clock, 30 on the game clock. Braves break the huddle, 2nd down and 11 at the Milton 47-yard line. Play fake, Brody rolling out, looking long for Pollock. Pollock's got a step, overthrew him by about 2 yards. Pollock, if he would have kept running, probably had 6, and Brody would have hit him in stride.
Yes, sir, but that's the first time that he's been able to get behind him. But, you know, if you noticed, the defender from Milton that was man-to-man on Pollock had help from the middle. There were 2 guys out there. So we got a 3rd down.
Well, it does stop the clock with 17 seconds to go.
Probably the last play of the game, unless it's an incomplete pass.
Pollock to the far side, 2 receivers to the near side, moving left to right here in the 2nd near hash mark. Brody back to pass, loads of time, sets up down the middle of the field. Charlie had it slapped away. Good defensive play on the backside by Doyle, who reaches in front and slaps it down with 12 seconds left and a 4th down.
He was also riding all over his back, too, Kevin.
Maybe.
I'm sorry.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Be 4th and 11, and Rainbow were on to punt.
That's a good choice because you never know what's going to happen here. Give him 12 seconds.
That's exactly right. And, of course, they had a good return earlier on a punt. Looks like back deep once again for Milton is Diddy.
They're down to 12, 11.
Well, they were missing a long snapper.
Yeah, that's
you're right. It is
Ortiz.
Turbo Ortiz. He does get the snap away, gets the punt away. Wobbler kicks it about the 15, rolls down to the 10 and bounces to about the 9. Then picked up on the run by Diddy to the 30-yard line. Flag flies at about the 33-yard line. And with no time on the clock, we will see what the penalty is.
Can the half end on a penalty?
Not a defensive one.
I think this is an offensive penalty, Kevin.
And you know what? That could be next week's rules of the game.
Oh, you give me a heads up.
There you go. Now you can study. So the officials talking this one out. Ball's is spotted at the 35-yard line, but it wouldn't matter.
So
now let's see. It is going to be a block in the back against the Milton Black Panthers. The penalty is declined, and that is the end of the half. So at the end of the first half of play, it is Milton 7, Shikellamy 7. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
This world is filled with breathtaking moments where every road is an invitation to adventure and new stories. Built for those who crave exploration, freedom of the open road, and above all, safety. Subaru will take you through the rugged mountains and everywhere in between, empowering you to experience the wonders of nature like never before. Whether you're a trailblazer or a weekend explorer, come and visit W&L Subaru, where we will help you discover the joy of driving and embrace your love of the great outdoors.
The Northumberland National Bank, proudly serving our community for over 120 years. And now we've taken a giant leap into the future with a brand new online and mobile banking experience. Our mobile app lets you manage your finances from the comfort of your home or on the go. With remote deposit capture, simply snap a picture of your check and it's deposited securely into your account. Experience the ease and convenience of banking like never before, like checking your credit score on the go or applying for a mortgage right from your home. Visit our website at noribank.com. The Northumberland National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With gas rewards at Wise, your everyday purchases can add up to big savings at the pump. So next time you're fueling the kids after practice, filling up your fridge, or topping off your dinner table, you can shop and save in store and at the pump, so your wallet isn't running on empty. Earn 1 Wise reward point for every qualifying dollar you spend and save up to $1 off per gallon with Wise Gas Rewards.
Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
At Zerman's, we know buying a vehicle is an important decision, and we treat it that way. No matter if you are buying one of our pre-owned vehicles for under $10,000 or a brand new fully loaded Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, or any vehicle in between, our friendly and knowledgeable staff works hard to offer quality vehicles and a great experience. We've been proud to be serving your transportation needs since 1889. So if you're tired of having to give your social security number before going on a test drive or a blood sample before getting your trade appraised, maybe it's time to experience what we call the Zerman difference.
And welcome back to the Shikellamy All Sports Stadium. Kevin Herr along with the Chief, Dave Ritchie. Milton and Shikellamy tied up at 7 apiece here in this first half of play as we reach halftime with the Milton Black Panther Marching Band in the background. Braves took the early lead in the first quarter with 6:47 to go. It was Derek Turbo Ortiz who just ripped off a 45-plus yarder, finished it off with a 3-yard run. The extra point was good. It was 7-0 Shikellamy until Milton finally got a chance to get a drive going. They went for it on 4th and 10. Ended up with a penalty against the Braves for illegal participation. Made it 4th and 5. Braves had too many men on the field again. Coach Kaiser quickly called a timeout to save the penalty. 4th and 5. Miniam's pass fell incomplete, but he was roughed in the process. A 15-yard penalty gave Milton a first down, and that led to Milton driving into the red zone for the first time this evening. And then Doyle with his first touchdown of this 2024 season, a 5-yard touchdown run. The extra point with 1:12 remaining in the half was good, and that's where we stand at the half, all tied up at 7 apiece. Chief, you have some of the numbers from the first half.
I do.
You have some written down.
They're just the plays, Kevin.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
What do you have?
One of the things that I think helped or was important in the game is the fact that Milton had 6 penalties for 30 yards and Shikellamy had 4 penalties for 30 yards. So,
well, it's the first game of the season, and you would expect that sort of thing.
Both teams had a turnover. Okay, so those things are pretty evenly matched. I'm looking at the drives. Shikellamy's scoring drive was only like 2 plays, but Milton on their scoring drive had 8 or 9 plays, and of course they got aided a lot by penalties, but they went 55 yards. So, and it took up the biggest part of the second quarter, the last 6 minutes. And again, it seemed like it was one of those drives that every time the Braves had them in a spot where it looked like the defense was going to stop them, there was a penalty, and of course it came back to haunt them. I will say this, that number 35, Fisher for Milton, has been an excellent offensive player. I mean, he's run the ball well and he's caught some passes. Just a bull to bring down.
Well, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Shikellamy Braves football.
With gas rewards at Wise, your everyday purchases can add up to big savings at the pump. So next time you're fueling the kids after practice, filling up your fridge, or topping off your dinner table, you can shop and save in-store and at the pump, so your wallet isn't running on empty. Earn 1 Wise reward point for every qualifying dollar you spend, and save up to $1 off per gallon with Wise Gas Rewards.
Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
Are you built for business? We are at Lackawanna College in Sunbury, and we can help you build a foundation for a successful career in business. Lackawanna College offers both associate and bachelor's degree programs, so you can go as far as you want to go. Take the first step. Explore our business programs at lackawanna.edu and see what we mean when we say we're built for business. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today.
Give it up for our senior drum major, Levi Shamblin.
Halftime here at the Shikellamy All Sports Complex in Sunbury, where the Braves and the Milton Black Panthers are tied at 7. Elsewhere across the region on Eagle 107 and on our SBC Sports Live YouTube channel, Selinsgrove and a nail-biter with Juniata. Those two teams have played 3 times in like a little over a year now, maybe not even a year. They played in the early season last year, then they played in the playoffs last year, and now they're playing again here in week 1. Selinsgrove leading Juniata by a score of 7-0, that in the third quarter. On 100.9 The Valley, it is Line Mountain leading Lewisburg 15-9, that in the second quarter. Early scores here yet for Central Columbia and Midwest, 14-0 for the Blue Jays there on the road. Loyalsock 7, Mifflinburg 0, that was an early game score. North Schuylkill pounding Mount Carmel 24-7. Wasn't that one of those games that was played late in the season?
No, they always play.
Is that when the early one?
They usually play them
early.
early.
North Schuylkill played somebody in a rivalry game that was a neighbor school late in the season. I was thinking it was Mount Carmel. Maybe it's on the other side of North Schuylkill then. Anyway, in the second quarter, Montoursville leading Wellsboro 19-0. Dallas leading Jersey Shore 13-0. That was the first quarter score last we heard. Shamokin at Kent Memorial Stadium leading Pottsville in the second 14-0. South Williamsport 14, Athens 13, and that is now in the second. Danville 10, Bloomsburg 0, that game in the second. Later on tomorrow afternoon, it'll be Shenandoah Valley, Columbia Montour Votech, Southern Columbia and Wyomissing, and then a Saturday night matchup for Hughesville and Montgomery. That's where we stand right now across the region. You can check it out too at WKOKSports.com. Click on the scoreboard. You'll also be able to click on the sports schedule, and you'll get the entire sports schedule, including Shikellamy football. You'll see the schedule for Bucknell football, which will be starting 1 week from 1 week from tomorrow, I should say, in Annapolis against Navy with Doug Birdsong on the call, along with Charlie Fisher. And then a little bit later on, it'll be Steelers football making a debut on News Radio 1070 WKOK. Again, check out the full schedule at WKOK.com. At the half, it is Milton 7, Shikellamy 7. This is Shikellamy Braves football on WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
1,300 acres of prime hunting ground. Corporate hunts, sporting clays, continental shoots. Complete your visit with overnight accommodations, now available. We are Martz's Gap View Hunting Preserve.
Come let us start your family traditions here at Martz's. Come check us out.
Quality ringneck pheasant hunting. Martz's.com.
This world is filled with breathtaking moments where every road is an invitation to adventure and new stories. Built for those who crave exploration, freedom of the open road, and above all, safety. Subaru will take you through the rugged mountains and everywhere in between, empowering you to experience the wonders of nature like never before. Whether you're a trailblazer or a weekend explorer, come and visit W&L Subaru, where we will help you discover the joy of driving and embrace your love of the great outdoors.
The Northumberland National Bank, proudly serving our community for over 120 years. And now we've taken a giant leap into the future with a brand new online and mobile banking experience. Our mobile app lets you manage your finances from the comfort of your home or on the go. With remote deposit capture, simply snap a picture of your check and it's deposited securely into your account. Experience the ease and convenience of banking like never before, like checking your credit score on the go or applying for a mortgage right from your home. Visit our website at noribank.com. The Northumberland National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Sunbury Motor Company.
Austin Martin, Kia Elite Sales Consultant, Maranatha Christian School.
Amber Wren, certified Hyundai and Lincoln sales consultant, Selinsgrove Area High School.
Ian Chikuski, certified Ford sales professional, Mount Carmel and Shamokin area.
Christopher Stengline, Ford certified sales consultant, Selinsgrove Area High School.
Tom Mertz, 4th generation owner, Sunbury Motor Company, Shikellamy High School.
A tradition of trust since 1915.
Complex, Kevin Herr and the Chief, Dave Ritchie. We welcome you back on our WKOK Sports YouTube channel as well. Chief, your thoughts on the first half?
Braves got off to, I thought, a very good start. That they had a first time they had the ball, they moved it, but of course they had to give it up. Second time they had the ball, they scored in 2 plays, and they pretty well dominated, for a quarter and a half, basically keeping the ball on the ground and also keeping control of the football. But then Milton got their chance. They got one drive stopped with an interception, and then the next time they had the ball, they had one drive that was kept going by penalties. And, again, they got the ball to Fisher on a pass play to get him down inside the 10-yard line, and from there they just pulled it in, letting Doyle score his touchdown.
Yeah, and of course we talked about the big penalty. That was the turning
Roughing
point.
the passer.
That could very well be our Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game.
Well, let's hope not for Shikellamy.
Well, exactly right.
So we just have to wait and see. Who are you looking at?
Well, of course, Coach Freeman has made his way into
that's right.
to
Coach
punch me
Bill
in the
Freeman.
shoulder. Go ahead, get it out of the way. There we go. That's the good luck punch. Yeah.
Really?
So, and that was he was just clarifying on the interception.
On
that Corbin,
Corbin Stahl's
and Corbin was
interception.
the one that actually committed the interference, but I didn't see it from Corbin. I could see on the other, and I don't remember who the other defender was. I could see that one possibly, but Corbin was kind of laying on his side when he intercepted that ball.
In front and stepped in front and took the ball. So.
But again, I'm not saying it wasn't interference. I just don't understand why Corbin might have been the one that got the call there. But nevertheless, the Braves offensively were able to move the ball. They just have not been able to really do anything outside of running the ball. They need to come up with a passing game because right now Milton is just jamming everybody inside a 5-yard box.
They've nullified Pollock as one of the pass receivers.
Very much so. However, Charlie Walter's been open a few times, but they have not been able to get him anywhere but in the middle of the field.
He's been open twice. He caught one, and the other one, I thought the guy was all over his back. I really did. All right.
Yeah, I think if they can figure out a way to get him on the edge, maybe get him on. Let's say line him up as a tight end and put Pollock on the outside. Pollock runs the fly pattern. Charlie might be open when that area clears out there,
because just as long as he doesn't cover it.
That goes back to our rules of the game, which, by the way, is brought to you by one of our great sponsors here on WKOK with Shikellamy Braves football. That's Weiss Better and Rice, along with T. Ross Brothers Construction. I think one of the big things here in this second half is the fact that the Milton Black Panthers will start with the ball.
Kevin, I have some sad news. I thought I'd get it in here. Bob Lagerman, who was a teacher and coach in the Shikellamy School District for many, many years, the baseball coach. He was my football coach. I coached with him also on Coach Purnell's staff. His wife, Doris, passed away yesterday at 87 years old unexpectedly. And so our condolences go out to Bob and, of course, young Bob and Kathy. He lost his son, Tom, who was a great football player here and at Susquehanna last year to, I believe, MS. And it's just something that it's been kind of a little bit of heartache in the Lagerman family. But again, from the Shikellamy family, our condolences go out to Bob, and it was just a shock to all of us.
Yeah, and thoughts and prayers of the family in this very difficult time. Bob, very much in the community as well.
Oh, he's the one that's getting the riverboat.
Yes.
On Lake Augusta, so he's been big with that. So, yeah. I have to tell you that he probably helped to make me a better football player because Purnell told him to make a man out of me when I was in 10th grade.
There we go. I knew there was something more to this story.
And I began it and ended every drill. I know that. So
I knew there was going to be something more.
And I never found that out until I was coaching, 2 years into coaching when they told me that. So,
Chief, you were talking about the lighting here. Now, it's very interesting. The lighting are on the corners, but it does light the whole field. But there's not a lot of light pollution.
There's no light out in the stands.
Yes.
Everything. When they did this, they had a computer here, and they had lasers, and they made sure that there was not one spot on that field that didn't have lights. Plus, it takes away the the light blinding when the ball's
Right.
up in the air.
There's not a lot of light pollution outside the stadium. Same thing at Bucknell. They just put the new style lighting in here. Danville has this style lighting as well. I think Southern Columbia put it in a few years ago.
It's pretty
but
cool.
The other lighting that I think is interesting, you were talking about the ones that are probably about, 15 feet up.
Yes.
I thought they shine down,
No, they
but
shine
they don't.
up.
They shine up.
Yeah, to get more light. It's way beyond my electrical engineering degree.
It's not electrical
Although I
engineering
didn't have
anymore. It's
electrical
engineering now in general. Well, maybe our technical director, Ryan McDonald, who is an engineer, could give us the thought process on the lighting upward. Look for that when we pan left and right here on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. You might be able to catch them. They're literally at the end lines of at the end of each stands. So let's see what we have to start things off now. We had that penalty at the end of the half that they are marching off now. No, actually, I'm sorry. They had to switch ends.
That penalty was declined.
Yeah, no, you're right. Well, when I saw the officials start moving the ball, I thought maybe I remembered something incorrectly, but they had the wrong ends around, so the Braves will kick the ball right to left to start this third quarter. It's the early season for us, too.
I should have went and talked to Billy Ziegler, the PA announcer, who number 5 is.
I haven't seen him run the ball, though, since the first half.
He's back here. He's going to be one of the long receivers on the punt or the kickoff receiving team.
Well, the Phillips will kick it. It'll go and hit at the 20. Picked up at about the 17 to the middle of the field, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 43-yard line. And he's smacked down at the 43-yard line. And that time it looked like the run was
28.
Yeah, it was either 88 or 28, and there's no 88, so it's got to be. And there's
no
no 28.
Together.
There's no 28 on the roster either. So we apologize. We did not get any starters for Milton this week after reaching out to the coach a couple of times. We did not also we got a roster, but some of those numbers have been wrong, and this one jersey is bunched up so much that there's no number on it anymore. Nevertheless, it's first down, the handoff, and in there right away to make the play for the Braves is Willie Bender. Loss of 4, brings it back to the 40-yard line.
Little cross off, one back goes on one side of the quarterback, and they hand off to the second back, and you're right, Bender was there to make the tackle.
It'll be second down at the 40-yard line, second down and 13 with 11:23 remaining here in the third quarter as we await our Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. One man in motion to the far side, and that give is to that running back. That's going to be Diddy, 29. He was the one who returned the kick, by the way. I just figured that out, and he's down to the 49-yard line after a nice gain of about 8.
And he ran through 3 arm tackles to pick up that yardage.
Be third down and 4 at the Milton 49-yard line. A huge third down for the Black Panthers. They got the ball to start the second half after tying the game. In motion, Diddy again. They'll play fake. Pressure's coming. Medium threw it to nobody. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by one of the linemen at about the 35-yard line for Milton. Actually, it's not a lineman. It's actually the running back, Fisher. But Minium, I don't know if he thought somebody was behind him to pitch it to, but there was absolutely nobody there.
That could have been the fault of the back, because that could have been an option play towards us.
Yeah, that was not a mistake. He was trying to pitch that ball.
That might have been the back went the wrong way. They ran 29 through the formation, and then it looked like they were going to run an option this side, but there was no pitch back.
Stall to the far side. To the near side, it's going to be Pollock. Here comes the punt from the 20-yard line. And an end over end. Pollock calls for the fair catch. Almost got interfered with, but he does come up with it at the 33-yard line, and that is his third fair catch of his career.
Who was the player last year that never fair caught? He's not playing this year.
Well, that was Snyder, wasn't it?
It was Asher Moyer.
Oh,
remember?
Moyer,
Asher,
you're right.
Never
You're
fair
right.
Caught, never fair caught.
You're
In fact, I
absolutely
lost
right.
a bet one time. I said, I'll bet he does a fair catch, and didn't he do it? All right. I think the last game of the season.
You're right. I forgot about that. So the Braves with their first offensive possession here in the second half. Raybuck with 3 receivers now brings a man in motion. That's going to be Fisher. Walters. A handoff right up the middle to about the 35-yard line and a gain of 1 there. That's going to be Vader's on the carry.
You know, Vader had that series in the first quarter where he picked up a lot of yardage, and I don't think they've gone to that.
And it was a counter, if I remember.
No, it was just basically right up the middle. I don't know if it was a guard trap or straight on blocking.
Well, there was a guard there. There was definitely a guard trap there. I remember that. 2nd down and 8. Pollock comes to the near side. He draws a crowd, as you'd expect. Wing to the far side. Raybuck, play fake, rolling out, sets up in the pocket. He will throw it out of bounds. The only one in the general vicinity was Walter, and that goes incomplete. And that was a good choice.
Again, you know, it was a waggle to this side, and the guard got out there and blocked the guy that was on the contain. But when Brody turned around, there was coming from the backside. We had somebody that was rushing the passer with good contain, and he did make a good decision. Throw it over here. He had a receiver over here. Throw it out of bounds. 3rd down.
3rd down indeed on this first drive of the second half. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side, moving right to left as we view things. Direct snap to Raybuck. Raybuck fires it. It is complete. 1st down, gain of more, moving to the inside to the 49-yard line. And that one goes to the far side in the hands of Owen Elliott.
Yeah, Owen doing a nice job. Another one of Coach Ziegler's basketball players.
And that one is a gain of 14. Actually, no, 19. Sorry.
They went from the 34 to the 49, so you were right. That's 15 yards, buddy.
Okay.
Trust me.
Listen, when it comes to math, everybody listens to this knows better than listen to me.
I'm an old retired math teacher. There's a great
There
move.
it is on the left side, Vaders. He's down across the 30.
Wow. 1, 11, 21, 22, 23, 24 yards on the carry, Kev.
Bingo. He went right off the left side and outraced almost everybody.
The key to that play was the fact that by the time he got to the line of scrimmage, he had his roadrunner legs going, baby. He was out there.
1st and 10 as the Braves ground game starts getting it going. 28-yard line now. Brody now with the backs offset behind him. Raybuck takes a direct snap, back to pass, looking, firing, and it is picked off the ground by Thomas Pollock. Got his arms underneath it between the ball and the turf and scooped it up at the 20-yard line.
That's about an 8-yard gain.
And is 8 yards and 2nd down and 2. What a great grab.
I just did a nice job of doing the curl pattern here on the outside, and there's some of the things he's got to do. He's got to go long and come back towards the ball.
Raybuck now with the back split behind him. He'll run the option. He'll take it himself. Right up the gut to the 5. Touchdown, Shikellamy! That one races out from 20 yards away, and Raybuck scores for the first time this year.
What a nice move. That reminded me a little bit of the student body right by Mount Carmel without the lineman. But he had 2 backs in front of him, and they kicked somebody out. And, once he picked up speed and he cut that inside back, man, there was nobody going to – even if they would have tried to tackle him, he would have made it, all right? 20-yard run.
Big extra point attempt here for DePhillips. They'll whistle the ball in play. Snaps good, sets down. The kick is up, line drive, and it is – barely over the crossbar. Good. Hey, listen, it looks good in the
rather be
in
lucky
the scorebook
than not, right?
Looks good in the scorebook. Looks like it was way high and right down the middle when you write it on a piece of paper. but
Well,
he just got it over the line.
Kevin, that was a 66-yard drive in 6 plays.
The Braves scoring drives have been 3 plays, 6 plays tonight.
And Mr. DePhillips is 2 for 2 in his debut here as a freshman kicker. Remember last year it was Connor Steese was our kicker.
Missed a 35-yard field goal, but that was going to be a poke.
You have to understand that he has not had a lot of time. He's had
No,
time.
you're right.
He's had time to come over here and practice his kicking, but he hasn't had a lot of time with the team. And that center snap, placement by the holder, and the timing of the kicker is so important.
You know, that Mikey Vader's run could be our Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game because he raced that one off the left side. And then, of course, Brody Raybucks could also be one of the contenders as well. We'll have that coming up for you in the post-game show.
Well, it's pretty cool. The Braves answered here.
Absolutely
We thought
right.
the momentum was going the other way, but, you know, with 7:21 here to go in the third quarter, the Braves have held Milton on their offensive set, and they've went 66 yards for a touchdown.
High end-over-end kick taken at the 21-yard line. Coming up to the far side now is Santos. Santos to the 35, and he's snowed under at the 35-yard line.
We had a different kicker that time, Kevin.
Was that Miller?
Ishmael Holtzapfel.
Oh, no,
number
it's
13.
Holtzapfel. Okay.
Ishmael Holtzapfel. That is a great name.
That is a good one.
It's kind of like Arabic Pennsylvania Dutch.
Let's see. Minium now coming out at quarterback. Milton actually had too many guys in the huddle, it appeared, but they got him off the field in time. 5 on the play clock. 2 on the play clock. Gets a pass away. Oh!
Fumble!
It was. Is it a
Oh,
backward
no, they're
pass?
going to call the
No, it is not.
incomplete.
No, it's the right call. I didn't think. Now, Brumbaugh got pressure on it, tipped the ball, and it was supposed to be just a little swing pass to the back, and it was intended for Doyle, but it was a forward pass by about a yard.
I got to be optimistic, Kevin, when the ball came loose.
Oh, I understand. It was by about a yard.
So it's an incomplete pass, so we're going to come back to the 35.
7:08 remaining here in the third quarter. Shikellamy leading it by a score of 14-0 here at the Shikellamy All Sports Complex.
Well, I just got a text from John Steese. He's on the Holtzapfel's on. Go.
Many back to pass. Batted down, incomplete.
By
Great defensive play
21?
by Chase Schwartz.
28. Ishmael Holtzapfel goes by Izzy. There we go. So we're going to have to call him Izzy now.
Yes.
All right.
Actually, I did know that.
Well, then why didn't you get me on it, all right?
Because you had a great story with it.
Thank
so
you.
I just let it go.
Thank you, John. I appreciate you giving me a text.
No, I went to practice on Thursday, and they were talking to him about it.
All right.
I asked Charlie Walter. I said, "Is it Chuck or Charlie?" He goes, "Yeah, whatever you want." Back to pass. Minium fires it complete to the 42-yard line. And the receiver tackled quickly there at the 42-yard line. And the receiver that time looked to be, is that Fisher there? It might have been Fisher on the catch.
Yeah. They'll probably go for it.
It is 4th down and 3 at the Milton 42-yard line. They have converted on 1 4th down, but it was by penalty. Actually, 2 4th downs, 1 by penalty.
Probably a good idea to punt here. The Braves have been doing a nice job on those short yardage situations.
Well, and the punts have been really good. They have had a lot of hang time and no opportunity for the Braves to get that one.
That should be a penalty because
it is a penalty.
One of the backs, one of the protected backs moved, okay?
Well, it's down at the 14-yard line, but there was a flag at the line of scrimmage right away.
One of the personal protectors moved.
The officials are going to chat with it, and we'll find out from our head referee, Joe Claybon.
Mr. County Commissioner Joe Claybon.
Not tonight.
No.
He's just a white hat. So it will be a false start
what it was.
against Milton. And I think the Braves are going to make them punt it again because I'll tell you what, it was a pretty good punt, and it was down at about the 14-yard line.
Here's a trivia question for you, Kevin.
Okay.
Everybody knows Joe Klebon had great success taking over for Bob Probert in the basketball program at Shamokin.
Sure.
But where did Joe get his start as a head basketball coach?
That's a great question.
Warrior Run.
That I did not know. The more you know.
Just another useless piece of information.
Here comes the punt once again. And this one not nearly as long. Hits at about the 40, takes a Shikellamy bounce.
Get away Braves.
Yeah, not a blue shirt near it. It's down at the 37-yard line. So the Braves with the football and 6:06 to go here in this third quarter. Shikellamy leading it by a score of 14-0. I'm sorry, 14-7.
Good field position for the Braves here.
Well, the Braves have an opportunity to do something that this team really hasn't done in quite some time, Chief, and that's trying to put a team away.
You are correct, O sage of broadcasters.
Oh. Sage, isn't that something I used with dinner last night?
Yeah.
3 receivers now. Man in motion is Walter to the near side. Direct snap to Raybuck. Raybuck will hand it off left side. That looked like Vaders again off the left side. Gets across the 40 to the 42-yard line, and it was Mikey.
Looks like a pickup of a big 3 or 4, right?
You know, Mikey's got a really quick first step, Chief.
Yeah, and the other thing is he does a great job of keeping his feet going, and he doesn't the one word pussyfoot around a lot of times. He tries to hit the hole at full speed.
There's not a lot of extra movement. Offset in the spread wing tee. Handoff right side. Running room for Kiefer, the freshman, who gets his first carry, and it's good enough for 8 and a first down.
Did you see the handoff? It was dangerous, all right.
It was a little iffy.
In fact, it might have worked to the Braves' benefit, but it's a first down.
Clock continues to run with the ball at the Shikellamy 49-yard line. 5:20 to go here in the third quarter. Kevin Herr along with the Chief, Dave Ritchie. Shikellamy Braves football on WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us tonight. Got a good one. 14-7. Shikellamy leading, and with their second possession here of the second half. Raybuck pitch to Vaders. Vaders makes a man miss. Gets to the outside to the 50. A flag flies at the 48-yard line. I think this was going to be against Shikellamy.
Nothing like a hold or a clip block to mess up a good drive, Kevin.
So is that how he got the edge?
I don't know. It's going to be a hold on Shikellamy.
Actually, yeah, I think that is how he got a little bit of a clear part of the edge there.
Kevin, if you watch college football, I think you could call holding on about every offensive play.
I've seen a few games.
But
College football making its return to WKOK with Bucknell football. That'll be next Saturday at Annapolis.
I was down there for a Navy Air Force game several years ago. Pretty cool place, Kev.
Yeah, I'm a little sad I'm going to miss it this time around. Been to Army twice. Raybuck with a back to pass. Off the back foot has Pollock. Pollock hand fighting, incomplete, and a flag will fly.
About time. Yeah, I mean, he's face guarding him and rushing into him. The key to that was that Thomas came back for the ball then, and that meant that he was being interfered with.
Yeah, and that's what changed the whole complexity of that. And the other thing, too, is the defender that time, Diddy, even though there's no such thing as face guarding necessarily, if he turns around, they almost give him the benefit of the doubt, but he did not turn around at all. Now, obviously, in high school and college, it is not a spot foul.
But here's the other thing, Kevin. What a nice job Brody Raybuck did, because he had a guy right in his face. The guard came over to try to handle him. Didn't lose his cool, delivered a great pass.
And it was off the back foot, too.
Yeah, well, that's just how strong Brody is.
So it'll be first down and 3. First down and 2.
Yes.
I can't say I've said that many times in my career.
You are correct.
Raybuck now.
Counter.
Nope, it is going to be a counter. It was going to be a handoff, but they fake it to Vader, and then they send it to Broombaugh. Broombaugh will get maybe a half a yard, but he's getting up very slow right now.
That is a very, very good play. We can't afford to lose Broombaugh, especially on defense.
Made a couple of big plays, but I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's too bad a shape.
Trainer Faith Gingrich out there, Kevin.
Might have been just a little bit of a leg cramp there, and you know, on a night like tonight, week one, we see a lot of those in the second half, but not a whole lot tonight. It's much more comfortable night than we've seen in many mid-August season openers.
But probably the other thing is, I'm sure that all the players have drank a lot of water.
Well,
so
you would hope.
They should be hydrated.
Get you a couple of score updates. Got a dandy in Selinsgrove. Selinsgrove 7, Junie had a 6. That's in the fourth quarter. That's on Eagle 107 and our SBC Sports Live YouTube channel. Lewisburg has now come back to lead Line Mountain. That game being played on Milton on 100.9 The Valley. 16-15, Lewisburg leading in the third. Loyalsock 14, Mifflinburg 7 in the third. Central Columbia beating up on Midwest 28-0. Give you more scores in a minute.
Line Mountain went 9-3 last year, or 9-2.
They sure did.
They have just about everybody back.
Pistol formation, Raybuck down with the run. He has to step back. He's in trouble. He goes nowhere. Lost about 3. Back now to the 46-yard line. 3rd down and 6.
You know, sometimes, Kevin, you just have to go right at him in situations like this. The counter play wasn't a bad choice, all right, but there's a lot of stuff goes on before the runner gets to the line of scrimmage. And any defensive player can blow it up. But in this particular case, you know, Brody was going to try to get around the end on a quarterback sweep, and he was just held up.
Couple other scores for you. North Schuylkill 30, Mount Carmel 14 at the half. Muncie leading Warrior Run 21-14 at the half. Dallas 14, Jersey Shore 7. Montoursville 33, Wellsboro nothing. That game at the half. Raybuck now will have 5 more yards that he will have to add to that, as Keeley started just a whisker early.
I think is it against Milton?
No, he moved forward. He was in the running back slot, and if he goes left or right, he's okay. But he took a step forward, and that became illegal motion.
So ever since the interference penalty, things have gone south for Shikelamy's offense.
Indeed, it has.
And Pollock hasn't been in the last 3 plays.
Couple other scores at WKOK.com and our scoreboard. Shamokin 20, Pottsville 7 in the third. It is South Williamsport 20, Athens 13. Danville 24, Bloomsburg nothing. That game also in the third. Here at Sunbury and Shikelamy's All Sports Complex, it is 14-7 Shikellamy.
Now Thomas Pollock is coming in. Corbin Stahl been running in his spot, but
3rd down and 11.
It all matters how if the line gives Brody a chance here.
No, Brody's in the shotgun, has time, finds the slant. Pollock couldn't hang on to it. Heard footsteps, I think, on that one, Chief. He heard Lyle come up, and he was ready to take a shot.
Well, the ball too is a little high, Kevin, a little behind him.
So now it'll be 4th down, and Raybuck in to punt. Milton with a good stand here defensively.
Yes, they sure did. And, you know, from having 1st and 2 to having 4th and 11 means that they did a little job of moving Shikelamy's offense in reverse, going backwards.
Diddy's had some good returns. Brody got his foot into that one. It hits at the 15, bounces past Diddy down to the 5-yard line, to the 3-yard line, and he had his feet in the end zone when he picked it up. I think it's going to be a touchback. Corbin Stahl almost got that one, but his foot drifted into the end zone. I think it's going to be a touchback.
Yep, it is.
Well, the officials are discussing it. I mean, unless it sure looked like his feet were over the end line to me. But then again, I'm 800 miles away. They're going to spot it at the 1-yard line. I'll tell you what, I'm not so sure about that one. He was the question was, did he have control of the ball and then his feet hopped in? I'm not quite.
All he has to do is touch it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Does he have? Did he touch the ball with his feet in or after his feet or before?
All he has to do is touch it. He probably had his feet on this side of the goal line.
Yeah, no, his feet were definitely over the end line.
At the end.
But I think you're right. I think he did touch the ball prior to that.
We'll have to go look at the instant replay.
Here comes the ball at the 1 yard line. They're going to have to sneak it, and Minium will do that. And did he get thrown back? He did. He gets thrown back for a gain of nothing. He had about a 2 yard gain and then went nowhere backwards.
It's not a safety.
It is not. He's at the 1.
That's the Shikellamy players are signaling safety, but the official did not.
It looked like he had a surge, but I don't know that Minium ever got past or got behind the surge of the offensive line.
You know,
really tough angle to look at for there.
Not many passes being thrown. This is
it's
a long game.
It's a long game. You are not wrong. 2nd down and 10 at the 1 yard line. Minium will try the left side now. This is a big push, and he does get around the left, and he breaks it free. He's down to the 30. Speeding away, there is absolutely nobody there. Minium is going to go 99 yards for the touchdown.
How does that happen?
You have got to be kidding me. He sneaks out of the hole after he was just about stuffed off the left side for a gain of 2 and goes nowhere near any Shikellamy player for 99 yards.
Well, again, probably nobody's tackling. They're all just in there and he probably slipped out the back and off he goes.
Wow. Well, Selinsgrove's score with 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter now gives Selinsgrove the lead over Juniata. Here comes the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And we are all tied at 14 after Isaiah Minium's 99-yard touchdown run. Tell you what, folks, if you did not see that on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, you need to go back and watch that one later.
You know, I have often seen situations where somebody runs a wedge play where you got your line forming a wedge and the back goes up in the middle and then slips out the side, but they're usually downfield. This looks like he was basically maybe 1 yard beyond the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden there he is.
Quick update from WKOK.com and our scoreboard. Selinsgrove scoring a touchdown, now making it 14-6. Seals with the ball with about 3 minutes left. That game on Eagle 107 and on the SBC Sports Live YouTube channel.
Well, good answer by the Milton Black Panthers.
Sure was.
Looks like we were about ready to put him in the grave and put the tombstone on him, and all of a sudden they came back to life.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, I would not want to let Minium out in the open very much. That boy can run.
I mean, he was literally, there was no Shikellamy player within 30 yards of him. I mean, that's not an exaggeration. Well, the Braves have some of those guys too, but they have been kicking it well away from them. Looks like Osman is the kicker this time. Yeah, it's going to be 16. He will boot the ball right from the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. And he will kick it right down the middle. Bader's at the 12-yard line, at the numbers, to the seam, now to the 25-30. Breaks a tackle at 35, to the 43-yard line before he's tripped up, and a touchdown-saving tackle by Humphrey.
You know, that boy can run. I mean, he just blew through that little opening. Somebody got a hand out in front of him, and he went through that. But then it was a nice leg tackle by the Milton player. Now he's limping.
Well, you are not going to push him down and tackle him, and that's what Milton tried to do there at about the 25-yard line. They tried to give him a shove, and he just stayed balanced and raced to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 at the Shikellamy 42-yard line. Co-offensive coordinator Jim Kaiser along with John Schaefer calling the plays. And this one, I think Coach Kaiser took over in this particular series, I'm afraid. They're going to go true wing T now. Brody under center, and they're going to have to call a timeout because they're running out of time on the play clock, and that is not going to make Coach Kaiser happy.
I think they're missing a player.
You're right, they are.
See, Vader came out, but I don't think anybody
came in for him.
Yeah. No, I got it. I guess I'm going to use the word. I got a problem a lot of times. Sometimes players don't watch what's going on in the game. You know, they don't know what the situation is.
I was guilty of that too.
Who?
I got in the game so few times and I thought, I was all right.
You were probably going in with hopes of staying in, and somebody says, "What are you doing in here?" Right? Out you go.
Let's just say a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Another Star Wars comment.
I knew that if I wanted to be around football, it definitely was not going to be on the field. The will was there, but the talent was not. Oh. Now the Braves are really going to go with a jumbo-style formation now on the wing.
This is a
true wing T.
Yeah, the wing right.
There's the handoff, and that time on the looked like the guard might have run into the running back, Derek Turbo Ortiz on the pole.
Number 7, the running back for Milton, Chris Doyle, blew that thing up.
Yeah, look.
And the other thing is, what a difference between Derek running that play and Vader. I mean, you know, Vader's it seems to be that much more explosive on that.
Yeah. Second down and 11. Stall to the far side. And to the near side looks like Pollock. Now they're going to swap. No, is it Pollock in the backfield? I actually can't tell now. Hang on. No, it isn't Pollock. It isn't Pollock in the backfield. And they fake it to Pollock, and Brody just got obliterated. Because right there to make the play on Pollock, or make that Brody, was Fisher.
Well, right now, basically Milton, they're in the backfield before Shikellamy can even make the handoff.
Yeah, Pollock was actually the decoy on that play. So it'll be third down now and 15 at the 37-yard line. Clock winding with 1:45 to go here in the third, with this game tied at 14 apiece. Pollock to the near side. Far side of the field, that's where Owen Elliott's going to be. Long count by Raybuck. Has time, no pressure. Finds Pollock. Pollock tackled immediately at the original line of scrimmage. Might have gotten an extra yard for a gain of 6. That was a great open field tackle, because if Pollock is able to spin out of that tackle, he is going to go for a first down and much more. So now it's fourth down and Raybuck in to punt. Raybuck pinned him back to the 1-yard line moments ago, but Milton just decided, all right, we'll just run 99 yards on one play.
Do we have enough players or more? Okay.
Well, there's more coming on. Now I think we got it all squared away. Again, early season, situations here. High snap, controlled. Raybuck gets it away. That might have gotten tipped. That ball hits at about the 35-yard line and watermelons its way to the 34, and that's where Milton will take over. I think somebody got a hand on that one in the backfield, Chief.
Could be. They brought a lot of people, and they brought it pretty. They did. They had quite a few guys that were rushing, and they were coming right for the ball. It wasn't like they were trying to hold up anybody so they didn't get downfield.
Yeah, that was definitely tipped. There was no doubt about that. First down and 10 at the 34-yard line. 2 receivers coming to the near side. I formation. Nope, that's going to be pistol formation. Correction. Many of them now, after that 99-yard run, will get the direct snap. They'll come back, fire it on the little wide receiver screen to the near side. It is complete to the near side to Fisher. Fisher will find his way across the 40 and down for a gain of 9 to the 44.
We have a flag on the play.
That's back almost at the line of scrimmage. Block in the back against the Milton Black Panthers, nullifying that play. That'll give us an opportunity to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Shikellamy Braves football. Scene here at the Shikellamy All Sports Complex. Kevin Herr along with the Chief Dave Ritchie. Thanks for joining us here on WKOK for our audio broadcast and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel as well.
You know, I wondered, Kevin, I thought we had that pretty well nailed down there, but evidently whoever got blocked from the back was somebody that probably had to contain.
Yeah, it's a 19-yard penalty, actually. Back to pass, Minium fires downfield, well overthrown. Stahl was the only one in the vicinity. The pass was intended for Fisher, but Fisher was a good 10 yards short of that one.
You know, Corbin Stahl, you're not going to get, you know, he does a great job playing safety back there. Even though Fisher got behind his man, Stahl was right there. The ball was overthrown, but it's still, Stahl would have been probably over there to knock that pass down, maybe intercept it, and then get an interference call.
Well, you know, we talked about how many tackles he had early in this game. You know, he was one of the leading tacklers, had 47 tackles a year ago, and tied for the team lead in interceptions with 2.
And he's a freshman last year, sophomore this year, and a good basketball player too, Kevin.
And there's the handoff over to the left side to Doyle, and Doyle will get maybe 2 yards to the 27-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down, and yikes.
End of the quarter, buddy.
And that will do it for 3 quarters of play. At the end of the 3rd with 12 to go, it is Shikellamy 14, Milton 14. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
1,300 acres of prime hunting ground. Corporate hunts, sporting clays, continental shoots. Complete your visit with overnight accommodations, now available. We are Martz's Gap View Hunting Preserve.
Come let us start your family traditions here at Martz's. Come check us out.
Quality ringneck pheasant hunting. Martz's.com.
At Zerman's, we know buying a vehicle is an important decision, and we treat it that way. No matter if you're buying one of our pre-owned vehicles for under $10,000 or a brand new fully loaded Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, or any vehicle in between. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff works hard to offer quality vehicles and a great experience. We've been proud to be serving your transportation needs since 1889. So if you're tired of having to give your social security number before going on a test drive or a blood sample before getting your trade appraised, maybe it's time to experience what we call the Zerman difference.
Back at the Shikellamy All Sports Complex, Milton and Shikellamy tied at 14 as we start the 4th quarter play, and we have not seen the Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. I guarantee you that.
Not yet.
3rd down and long, 3rd and 20 from the 29-yard line. Minium back to pass, 4-man rush, fires it underneath, incomplete pass intended for Diddy. That'll bring up a 4th down and long, and the Braves, unless this punt goes into the atmosphere, the Braves will have pretty good field position for this next series.
The young man that pass was thrown to is down. I think he got somebody hit him after that, but he looks to be in a little bit of agony, Kevin. That's
not comfortable.
Lucas Diddy.
Not comfortable, that's for sure.
You know, Kevin, I look at the lights out there, and you know, it's kind of strange, isn't it? I mean, all the lights out there, there's nothing. It's just, it looks like it's. I'll bet you if we're standing down the field, it's a lot brighter out there than it is us looking out.
No, it absolutely is. It 100% is, and I could say that from firsthand experience. Not here, but in other places that have these lights. And I'll use Bucknell as a great example. I was on the field at Bucknell several times when they had this lighting set up in, and I could tell you it is a different view from the press box and the stands than being out on the field. It's amazing. And then when they turn half the lights out for fireworks, it's a little hard to figure out where you need to walk across the field because only one set of lights are on. They're still out there now working on the 5'9", 170 junior Lucas Diddy. for this Milton Black Panther team. Chief, you had some score updates. We'll get a chance to run those in.
The one that's of interest is the fact that Line Mountain now has come back to tie Lewisburg 23-23 in the third quarter.
Okay.
Selinsgrove still ahead of Juniata in the fourth quarter, 14-6. Loyalsock over Mifflinburg, 21-7. Central Columbia just beaten up on Midwest, 35-0. Muncie ahead of Warrior Run, 21-14. North Schuylkill and Mount Carmel at the half, the score is still the same, 30-14. And Williamsport's ahead of Wyoming Valley West, 14-0. But that's only a first quarter score.
Chief, we were talking about the lights in that lower light that shines upward.
Yeah.
Our technical director, Ryan McDonald, shared with me that the light doesn't interact with itself, so the uplight won't affect the downlight. The uplights won't affect shadows cast by the stadium. So that's what that lighting actually does. It avoids the shadow of the lighting stand on the stadium.
Thank you, Ryan.
On the field, rather. Here's the punt. It is away, and Stahl will take it, put a knee down at the 44.5-yard line.
If my good friend and fellow coach for years, Joe Robsock, were here, he would say the Braves are doing those catches right on the punts. They're fair catching it. They're not letting it hit the ground. And we've seen it 4 times now, and they've made good decisions. That time by Corbin Stahl. Most of the time it's been Thomas Pollock that's done it. Well, and you don't know how big that is, because if that ball hits the ground and takes off.
Well, not only that, but they're also not afraid to go down and go down to a knee to get it when you're fair catching it, to make sure you fair catch it. So the Braves have the ball at the 44-yard line now with 11:49 to go in this one. Tied at 14 with the Milton Black Panthers. We'll try and get you. Chief, did you do an update where Ryan was sharing that information with me? Did you give an update on the Selinsgrove game?
Yeah, it's 14-7.
Okay. 14-6 yet?
14-6. Seals are up. Mount Carmel on Pottsville, 27 in Shamokin right now. Direct snap.
Yeah, that's going to go to Raybuck. Raybuck makes 2 men miss. Now he cuts it to the outside to the 40, runs out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Brody with his great Franco Harris imitation there. Pick up the yardage. Hey, listen, instead of getting smacked out of bounds, I just step out right here. That way I avoid getting hurt, and I still pick up the same amount of yardage.
21 yards. He went over the Shikellamy insignia in the middle of the field, then cut it to the outside, and gained actually 22 at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, Shikellamy.
That started out as a quarterback draw, I think, don't you think? Because he went right
the
up the
buck
middle.
draw.
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
That's the buck draw. A little bit later on, he'll roll to the outside. It'll be the buck sweep. I missed the Raybuck train, though.
Yeah.
Here's the handoff, left side. Derek Turber-Ortiz makes a punishing run to the 3-yard gain to the 32-yard line. Of course, a few years ago, probably 2 years ago, I think it was freshman year for Brody. His brother was the center. He would just be the lead block, and did it 3 times, once for a touchdown at Central Mountain. The Raybuck train. More like a locomotive. And it looks like we have another Brave that's injured, and it's Derek Turber-Ortiz.
Well, he had 3 guys take him down there, and that's a player that you need him as much on defense as you do on offense.
He's walking off slow. Looks like it might be the right leg. Now Raybuck in the pistol formation. Gets the direct snap, swings it out to the near side. Planted immediately. Doyle just crushed Gavin Kiefer. What a great play by Doyle. Read it like he was in the huddle there.
Do you think Doyle knew that was coming?
I think
he
did.
He was there just as the ball was delivered. Great job by Doyle.
I'm going to say he did.
Good job by Kiefer to hold on to the ball.
3rd down and 11. Ball at the 36-yard line now. 3rd down and 12, actually. Raybuck, sidecar to the left. 4 receivers in the pattern. Gets the direct snap. has time. Now the pressure breaks down. He's got to roll out. He fires it. It's going to be incomplete. There is a receiver but he did not get to the line of scrimmage. There was a receiver in Vaders, but he did not throw it to the line of scrimmage. So I think this is going to be grounding.
It is. That's what the official did, called grounding.
And he was also in the tackle box. So that's a spot foul from the 45-yard line. Loss of down as well. And now it will be at the 48-yard line and the 49-yard line of Shikellamy. It'll be 4th down and a bus ride.
Well, the good thing about it is that made it easy for Shikellamy to decide what they're going to do on 4th down here.
Yeah.
You know, instead, do we go for it?
I think you're going to punt.
Yeah,
I'm just going to
exactly.
say. 4th and 27. That's only 2 or 3 yards away from 4th and yikes.
Yikes.
Has to be 30 or more to be yikes.
We have a new long snapper because Turber was
out.
hurt,
Yeah.
number 11. Is that
Good
Izzy?
snap. And it's an end-over-end line drive that hits at about the 20. Rolls to the 25. That might have been touched by the returner. Looked like Wolf got a hand on that one. The officials are not signaling that. They are signaling Milton ball at the 10-yard line. It was close.
It still amazes me that kids do that. They stand around the ball when they're not going to pick it up, and you don't. That is not a basketball. It's not. It's you have no.
You don't want to be near it when it bounces.
An oblong spherical figure. You don't know where it's going to bounce.
Oblong spherical? Can you be oblong and spherical?
Yeah, oblong.
But is it still spherical?
I don't know, Kevin. Don't. It's late in the game.
You're the geometry guy.
I'm just making stuff up. All right.
I thought I was trying to learn something new. Trying to grow. Minium hands the ball off to the right side. Gets across the 11, 12, the 13-yard line with a handoff. Gain of about 4. My wife was listening to the Phillies game watching the Phillies game the other night, and John Kruk was on. He goes, you know, these two guys, it's Tom McCarthy and John Kruk, sound like you and Chief.
Yeah, we do. I think that too. But who am I?
Oh, you're Kruk.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't hit the ball as good as Krucky could, though.
I can't call a game as good as Tom McCarthy does. Pistol formation on this 2nd down and about 7. Handoff, right side. And good enough for a 1st down. Breaks 3 tackles across the 20, 25, almost to the 30-yard line.
This arm tackling, man, oh days. You know, and that you got to. Oh well, never mind. All right.
Doyle with the carry and a gain of 16.
And it's both teams. It's not just Shikellamy, but the other team too.
Well, there's a limited amount of time you can contact and tackle nowadays, and I see it at all levels, I think, except the pro level, but I tackling issues, especially early in the season. Pistol formation, direct snap to Minium, has all day, loads one up, double coverage, fires it down, and it is incomplete right through the hands of Corbin Stahl, who tried to have another pick. His intended receiver on the far side was once again Montgomery Fisher. I'm sorry.
That was a good job by both the guys out there, all right? Hoover and
it was Fisher. Yeah.
Hoover and why can't I think of number 15's name again?
Corbin Stahl.
Corbin Stahl. Nice job both ends there.
Yeah,
But
was Fisher.
Corbin Stahl's the one that he's got a lot of responsibility out there.
He covers a lot of ground.
He's got to make a decision, you know, which way he's going to go.
9 minutes on this final stanza, all tied at 14. Minium fires it incomplete, and it was 3 inches from a Keeley pick 6.
Wow.
Keeley stepped in front of the intended receiver, and he had nothing but the maroon paint in the end zone.
That would have been the Shamokin Dam backbreaker play.
There is absolutely no doubt that if the Braves won, that would have been the play. 3rd down and 10 in a long 4th quarter Still got over 8 minutes to go yet. Bunch to the near side. This is when they like to run it to the near side. Braves are looking that way. This time Minion back to pass. Flag flies, pass tipped. Pass was intended on the fly pattern to Lytle, and it might have gotten tipped, and if it didn't, Lytle was gone. But a flag back at the line of scrimmage would have nullified it anyway. And I think the Braves will decline this one to bring up 4th down. And it is going to be against Milton for an illegal, actually, was that false start?
Yeah, they should decline it, so it should be 4th down.
Yeah,
now,
it
right?
is. It is. They declined it. I just didn't see the signal of the call. So with 8:52 to go, Shikellamy and Milton tied at 14. This will bring on the punting situation. And the Braves have stalled back, playing kind of a half safety, half return. And they'll get the punt away with very little rush. And Stahl will let it hit at about the 42, roll sideways, and actually take a little bit of a Shikellamy roll to the 43-yard line. And that's where the Braves will take over. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Just got a text from former coach and teacher Dave Bish down in North Carolina. He's listening to the game. He said, I think he went to a local high school game and he just got home. Wished us good luck.
Oh, I appreciate you listening.
Yeah.
Is he listening or watching?
He might be doing both. I don't know.
Might be doing both. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Where'd you say he was at?
He's living in North Carolina.
That's a nice place. I like North Carolina.
So does he.
Obviously. Over the left side,
There's
running
Vader.
room for
Vader's
Vaders. And a flag comes in late.
Well, I would imagine that's a hold.
It was late for a hold, though. I mean, I didn't see it. But
Yeah, well, it's
a hold?
yes. See? Even PA announcer Bill Ziegler said it was a hold.
He's smarter than I am, too.
Look where it's from.
Well, yeah, they're going to march it all the way back to the 37-yard line. Braves now with a 1st down and 20 at the Shikellamy 37. Raybick under center with a double wing. Now they'll
we got
shift out of it, but it's two people in motion. Yep. And this one is coming back no matter what happens. They'll get to the 40-yard line, but that'll be about all that'll be there for the freshman. Looked like that time it was Kiefer on the carry. It was. It's not going to matter.
I would.
Well, the question is, were they shifting out of a wing tee and Raybuck snapped the ball early, or did they not supposed to shift out of a wing tee and were in motion at the same time? That's something that the coaching staff will know.
It looked like both wing backs, when, we're going to a different spot, and probably only one of them was supposed to.
Yeah, I thought at first it was just going to be a shift, but.
Well, they have calls in the wing tee where you shift to, jump to, flip to.
But you can't be set.
Can't do it. You can't. You're exactly right, Kevin.
So we're at 1st down and still about 20. Raybuck with a direct snap, has pressure, rolls out of it. Sets up, looks, pump fake, fires it, has a man, it's Charlie Walker, and it's right between the wickets at the 30-yard line.
Right through his arms. Brody could not have thrown that pass any better, Kevin. It was just out of the reach of the defender and right in Charlie's arms. And the other thing was being harassed. He's being chased, all right. Just a nice pass.
Charlie getting up slow, not because he was hurt, but because he was disgusted and upset about it.
You know you should have had that pass, all right? You know it. It's like
he was behind the defenders, too.
Well, I don't think he would have scored, but he
would have been close.
Oh, yeah.
He would have been close because he was behind the defender and he was hit in stride, and it just went right between the wickets. Now they'll shift again on 2nd down and about 20. Raybuck gets it, Goes short to Pollock, and it's right through his hands, incomplete.
Well, I think right now the Braves have a little case of the dropsies, all right?
Well, they have a case of what am I going to do with the ball, and then I forgot to catch it.
Yeah, that's right.
Or what do I do after the ball, catch the ball?
Because Thomas Pollock's usually pretty sure-handed. Again, it was a good pass, good option. I mean, you don't have to throw all the way downfield. You get a short pass and let Thomas try to get away from people.
3rd down and 20. They'll go into the wing to the near side, moving left to right. A handoff, play fake. It's actually going to be an inside handoff, and it's going to go off the left side to Owen Elliott, but Elliott goes nowhere.
Well, they ran the inside counter, and then Elliott was there, and it looked like he was the second choice, and things just didn't. Let's give Milton a good chance. Good comment. Whoever was over on that side stayed home.
Dominic Lytle. He's the one that made the tackle on the other side.
He stayed home, and he didn't get sucked in. He did what he was supposed to do, and he was rewarded.
Yeah, he's the outside backer there, and he did exactly what you said. He did exactly what he needed to do. Lytle back deep, ready to return this one from his own 25-yard line.
This will
at the 20.
This will probably give them pretty good field position.
Here's the kick. Oh, it's not a great kick. It's a line drive. Rolls forever to the 30, to the 25, and Lytle left it go down to the 20, inside the 20 at the 19. And Raybuck, who kicked it and it hit it about the midfield stripe, lets it roll 30 yards for an inside the 20.
I think he did that on purpose.
He might have.
Because you get that momentum and kick it beyond anybody up front and then just let it roll.
But statistically, next Friday we'll have Brody with one inside the 20, and it'll sound like he just pinned him deep and hit a coffin corner.
Exactly.
Actually, 2 inside the 20. The other one led to a 99-yard touchdown run.
The ambulance over there. They're loading somebody on the ambulance from the stands.
Oh, okay. That's the Americas ambulance over there.
Well, they always are here. They are the medical people on call.
Here's the pistol formation for Midian. He will hand it off right side. Running back bulls his way ahead across the 20 to the 25-yard line as he got a great push.
Do the offensive line, do they get behind him and push too?
I don't know, but there was push there.
You have to somebody's got to get down underneath that. You can't, if you stand up straight, you're going to get pushed back.
Still did not see who carried that one. It might have been, no, it wasn't.
There was a massive humanity out
there.
There
was a massive humanity. You're absolutely right. Actually, it was Doyle. Christopher Doyle gets the 6-yard run. 2nd down and 4. Clock winding with 6:09 to go in an all-tied 14-14 game. Here's a call again for Doyle. 1st down across the 30, across the 35, into the 37-yard line.
And we always tackle them going towards their goal line.
That'll be a gain of 12 and a timeout for an injured player. In on the tackle for the Braves that time was Connor Fassbinder. And getting up slowly for the Braves is Noah Johnson. Johnson getting up with a little bit of help, but walking off under his own power, just a little slow. Bring up a 1st down and 10. 5:59 to go in this one, all tied at 14. See if there's any finals across the way. One final, Central Columbia 41, Midwest nothing. Selinsgrove hangs on to defeat Juniata 14-6. Actually, Juniata led in that one at some 1 point.
No, they did, Kevin. It was 7-0 Selinsgrove and then 7-6
Okay, it was 7-6.
And then Selinsgrove scored to make it 14-6.
4th quarter up in Dallas. Jersey Shore and Dallas tied at 21. Danville leading Bloomsburg 24-7.
You know, Dallas is a very interesting place to go play football. That's a good football school.
There we go with Minium in the pistol now. Clock winding. One back behind him. Here's the handoff, and not a whole lot of running room there at all.
Number 5 again.
Yeah, that.
And now we have a flag.
I'm wondering if that might be Brady Wolf. I'm not quite sure. We do not have a 5 on the roster, but you're right. There is a flag down right at the bottom of that pile. In on the tackle for the Braves, one of the defensive linemen.
Yeah, it's against Shikellamy.
Actually, it was Everett Purdy, it looked like, the freshman there, that made the tackle.
Nobody has signaled anything yet.
Well, here comes our referee, Joe Claybon. He's going to say unsportsmanlike conduct on Shikellamy. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and not one that is going to make Coach Kaiser very happy. And was there an ejection? I thought I saw the thumb.
No. Nobody came off.
I didn't see anybody come off, but I'm watching. I don't know. It looked like that the referee used the ejection signal with the thumb. I know the coaching staff on the Shikellamy sideline not real happy. They have to make a change. They're bringing out Caleb O'Connor. I don't know if that had anything to do with anything. Noah Johnson coming back in.
Well, Noah Johnson had to sit out
because of
once.
the penalty.
Yeah.
You know. So, and the referee did go to his pocket, and the card in his pocket. So I'm not quite sure what the outcome of that was, but we do know it's definitely a 15-yard penalty.
That'll put Milton in Shikellamy territory.
Sure will, at the 47-yard line. 5:48 to go, all tied at 14. Milton with some new momentum now. Minium swings it out, far side, pass complete over there. Good enough for a first down, and a gain down to the 30-yard line as it goes to Monty Fisher again. That is a big gain of 18. First down and 10 for the Milton Black Panthers as they try to take the lead for the first time tonight. Over the middle now with the run across the 20. Gain of 11 for the first down. And that one was a straight, basic run right up the gut, Chief.
You know, a 15-yard penalty.
Doyle on the run, by the way.
For unsportsmanlike conduct. And, boy, that just has given a great pass to Fisher.
Yep.
And then a nice run up the middle, and they're knocking at the door right now.
Inside the red zone at the 19. Minium back to pass. Pump fakes. Rolls out to the far side of the field. Now he's going to go and run it. And he's going to get about a yard before he runs into a sea of blue jerseys.
Kevin, it looked like there was no contain over there, all right? But they did a nice job of coming up and tackling him. Interesting, you know, I think Milton's extra point and field goal kicker is pretty good.
I think so, too. That could come into play here late in this game with a field goal.
Yes, it could.
Tristan Steiner is the listed kicker for the Black Panthers. Back deep is Doyle in the pistol. Man in motion to the near side. They're going to give it to that man in motion. I believe that was Fisher again, and he just goes nowhere. He is stopped immediately by Fassbinder.
I would, if I were Milton, I'd run that quick pass to Fisher. I mean, that has always gotten them good yardage, and especially after the catch, because Fisher catches the ball, then he turns upfield. Big play here, Mr. Hare.
And
timeout.
There is a timeout.
Well, while we got time here, I just got a text message. They were enjoying our conversation about the oblong spheroid. All right. And
And what did we find out about the oblong
Sitting by the
sphere?
fire listening to the game, laughed so hard when you were talking about an online spherical object. I kid you not, my brother said that they sound like the Phillies game with Kruk. Then 15 seconds later, Kevin said that it was the Kruk on the Phillies game. All right. Big shout out to the Camels, all right? I'll just say that right now, okay? I didn't know we were so entertaining, Kevin, but that's fine, okay?
All I know is we were watching the game the one time. I always said, that sounds like you and David.
It's probably true, yeah. I'm going to have to grow a mullet, though, probably, right?
Yeah, I think so. You got to wear some hats, too.
Yeah, that's true.
3rd down and 10 from the 19-yard line.
We have to get some different shirts, too. We only have one WKOK shirt.
They have too many shirts. Minium on the run over the right side, has some room down to the 10 to the 5.
Wow.
It'll be 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
That was a great call by Coach Wilson.
Caught everybody off guard.
Exactly.
Completely.
Exactly. Great call. And you know.
And they brought a man in motion and faked it, and that fake was to Fisher, and you got to respect that.
Well, Coach Wilson probably doesn't want to score too quickly here.
No, 3:30 remaining, clock winding, so he's taking plenty of time here. All tied at 14, ball at the 4-yard line. Minium with Doyle behind him. He will sneak it up the middle. He'll get bounced around, pushed, shoved, and slammed backwards for a gain of about 1 to the 3-yard line. 2nd down and goal.
It just looks like there's a lot of pushing, all right, that goes on like Philadelphia does on
Well,
their
yeah,
team,
there's a little brotherly shove going on there. I really have to be honest with you. I wish they'd outlaw that.
So do I.
I know. I never liked it I never liked it when they put it in, and I'm sorry, Eagles fans, and you're one of them, Chief. I just don't like it.
Well, I'm not crazy about either, Kevin.
But nobody cares what I think. So, Minium in the pistol. He'll hand the ball off right side to Doyle. Doyle bounced around. He cannot get across the end line.
Yeah.
He is down to the 1, and did he fumble the ball? Did
No.
he get in?
No,
he did not get in. The officials waved it dead.
They should have.
Well, there were fans, young fans in the band over on that side of the field where the Milton fans are, and the band started to go nuts. And do we have a penalty?
What do we got, Kevin?
Let's see. We have a false start against Milton. So that'll
That's
march
big.
it 5 yards back, but it'll be 2nd down once again. So it is 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Or for one of the lines for soccer.
It is actually
Yeah,
the
I
goal
know.
line for soccer.
No, it's just one of the lines, isn't it?
Well, that's the goalie
Yeah,
box.
you're right,
That's
you're
the
right,
goalie
yeah.
box. I watched Olympic soccer. I know what I'm talking about now.
Just like we learned a lot about curling during the Winter Olympics.
I love curling. I want to do that. Here's the handoff to Doyle. Doyle met at the line of scrimmage, stood up. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
Now they want a penalty because we push him backwards. It's okay to push him forward, all right. Big play here, Kevin. 3rd down. Then they're going to have to make a decision. You know.
I think you listen. Right now, you got under 2 minutes to go in this one. Shikellamy has 2 timeouts. I think you kick the field goal, especially with the way this young man's leg looks for Milton. All tied at 14. The ball is at the 8-yard line. It is 3rd down and goal. Minium in the pistol. He'll roll out to the near side. Tries to turn the corner. He's met and stopped for no gain. Another big-time tackle. Is that Johnson on the tackle again? You bet. And now, with 1:17 to go, Milton has a decision. They may take a timeout to chat this one over. And in Shikellamy that calls the timeout to make sure they have the right defense. Now, I'm going to put you in a first-year head coach Matt Wilson's position. You have a team that was very successful a year ago. You're trying to build a program. This is a program game now at 13-13. Do you take the chance on the field goal, and if you miss it, go overtime, or do you count on your defense to stop the Braves if you don't make it and try and go for the win?
I kicked the field goal.
I would too.
And besides, it's 14-14.
Did I say 13?
Yeah, you did.
Well, all right. So you get the extra point. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I think I would try the field goal. I mean, I watched him kick that extra point, and I mean, he had it up in the air.
I think so. I think he had plenty of leg.
It, but I don't see him out there. Do you?
I have not seen him come out. This could be our Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. They are setting up for the field goal.
There he is. There he is. Yeah. And he's right in the middle of the field. Right?
Lytle will be the holder. Just about. It is about 3 to 5 feet to the right of the near hash mark. Here comes the kick. Sets down. The kick is up. Blocked! Osman's kick is blocked, and the Braves are going to recover it.
Well, it'll be our ball anyway.
Well, but the problem was if that ball goes forward and Milton recovers it, it's a different animal.
But they wouldn't have made it. It was 4th down, right?
No, I'm saying, well, that's true. It was 4th and goal. You're right. So the Braves have the ball with 1:07 to go and 1 timeout.
Coach,
and I'll tell you what, you're absolutely – Osman, the kicker, looked good the entire game, and that one was a good snap, but it was a line drive kick that time.
And Coach Wilson made the right decision.
I think so, too.
He did. I mean, if it would have been like a yard to go to the goal line, but he had 6 yards to go.
Shikellamy played 1 overtime game last year against Central Mountain and lost it 7-0. That game was at Shamokin while this stadium was being finished, where the turf was being finished. Raybuck under center. He will keep it himself. Braves playing very conservative here for the last minute. Really no gain, maybe a yard, 2nd down.
Can we ever have a first game that doesn't last till we don't get home till 12 o'clock?
Well,
all right.
At least this one had action the entire time.
Yeah, it was.
We didn't have to do chat with the chief.
It wasn't like watching paint dry and that stuff either. So, boy, that was a horrible night.
That was a
Why didn't we go back and go on the air? You should have had somebody put on a rerun of Dan Patrick or whatever. So.
Raybuck sends a man in motion. It is Turber Ortiz. He gets the handoff off the left side, tries to get to the corner, to the 20, to the 22-yard line.
That's number 23, Kev, I think.
Is that Kiefer?
Yeah.
Looked a lot bigger than Kiefer.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Ortiz. It was Kiefer.
Oh, looked bigger than Kiefer.
See, right there he is.
Final timeout for the Braves. 20 seconds to go before overtime. Now remember, overtime in high school, you start at the 10-yard line. You have no opportunity to get a first down unless it's on penalty, and you'll take your shots.
Yeah, you know, they ought to, like in soccer and field hockey, instead of going overtime, they should just have shootouts.
Well, that's kind of what it is.
10-minute overtime, then another 10-minute overtime, and then the game's over.
I actually don't mind the overtime rules. Now, with the college rule changing a few years ago to have to go for 2, I like that idea because those overtimes can go really, really long. I do not like the NFL overtime whatsoever.
I don't either.
But then again, I don't know. I just I'm a big fan of like it's like a shootout, really.
Yeah. Well, look at this formation.
Yeah, this is going to be what they call victory, one of the victory formations. But instead, Brody's going to run it off the left side, run out of bounds at the 15, but he does get the first down, or runs out of bounds with 15 to go.
That was a nice play. I mean, you get everybody spread out thinking you're going to throw long, and then you just have your quarterback go to the short side of the field.
Here's something to think about. They got 3 receivers on the right side. They put Pollock on the left side. Pollock's all by himself.
Yeah.
The question is, if he draws man-to-man coverage, do you take a shot with Pollock instead of going down for the Hail Mary?
Good point, Kev.
2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side this time. Milton in a prevent. Raybuck back to pass, looking, pumps, fumble the ball! And Shikellamy hop back on it. And that with 9 seconds to go, will be the last play of regulation. And now they're going to whistle a timeout. The officials now are taking a timeout with 3 seconds left on the game clock, all tied at 14. False start against Shikellamy. That's the reason for the stoppage.
Well, they did say
it's declined.
There was a flag on the play, so.
Yeah, I did not see the flag. It must have come from the near side.
So that means they have to snap the ball one more time.
Yes, they will have to. I believe so. Well, no, it's not a defensive penalty. So they're going to wind the clock, and then we are going to overtime. Yes, that's right, folks. Free football. Or as I like to call it, the bonus round.
I forgot we get time and a half for overtime, don't we?
All tied at 14. Shikellamy and Milton in game number 1 of this high school football season. Well, while we have an opportunity, let us run down an update on some of the finals from across the region on our WKOK.com scoreboard. Selinsgrove beat Juniata 14-6. We'll have to get you an update here on Lewisburg and Line Mountain. At last check, it was Lewisburg leading Line Mountain 26-23. Of course, Shikellamy and Milton tied at 14, now in overtime. Loyalsock 28, Mifflinburg 21. It is North Schuylkill 37, Mount Carmel 30. Another final, South Williamsport 26, Athens 13. Pottsville now leading Shamokin 14-7 in the fourth quarter. And again, a lot of those scores are going to be going to finals here very shortly. We'll get you updates on that. Williamsport, by the way, in a breeze here with Wyoming Valley West, 26-0. Williamsport on the Shikellamy schedule up in Williamsport in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks to a month. I can't remember now.
I've never played in an overtime game. Basketball.
Well, you didn't have overtime.
Basketball we did.
Well, basketball, yeah.
The other thing, I was walking across the field on Saturday morning, all right, and anyway, it was.
Both teams will get one timeout, I believe, in overtime.
Yeah.
No, you don't get to carry over the. We're just having a conversation. We're going to see the overtime, and I believe it's one timeout apiece.
Ryan Booker's up here helping Ziggy out, and
he's on the scoreboard. I believe.
Yes, he is. So he had to figure out what to do with it.
And if he puts it up wrong, and he can blame me then.
He won't, though.
That's okay. I'm all right with it.
What I was saying was I was walking across the field, and I thought, gee, 53 years ago, I might have been out here playing. But not on turf.
But not on turf. And not with these lights.
53 years, Kev. Oh, my gosh.
So once again, there will be no time. There's no clock running here. There is one timeout per team, I believe, per possession. And you will get one possession, and then the other team will, the second team will have a chance to match or better. You will do a coin flip. The winner of the coin flip will decide whether they want the ball on offense or defense, and then the team that loses will get to pick the end zone in which we will play. I'm a fan of the north end zone.
Well, the scoreboard's there, right?
Right. That's why I like the north end zone, because you can, and the play clock is right underneath the scoreboard there.
Hey, you know what's really cool?
And I also can see it better.
You know what's really cool is the light switch for the player for the 25-second clock and for the scoreboard is right out there underneath the scoreboard. So you just open up the box. You don't have to turn anything on up here. Whoever thought this out made it very user-friendly for the people that have to run this situation down here.
And Tim Ford could turn the lights on from home.
He can turn the lights. If anybody gets his phone, they could have a day and a half. Of course, you have to know the password, but.
Oh, I could guess that.
What do you think it would be?
It's got to be something with the Pirates.
Yeah, sure.
Willie Stargell's number.
We are family, right?
Willie Stargell's number, something like that.
We got Brody out there. along with
Elliott
and
Noah Johnson.
Noah Johnson.
So they're going over the official rules with the official.
We were just talking about great commercials. Remember the one where they were doing the flip of the coin and they're all standing out there and he says, anybody got a coin because he didn't have one? All right,
Yes.
remember that?
Yes.
Going around. We're all professionals here, all right? I thought it's that commercials, you can at least understand them back then.
Nothing beats. That looks good. But who are the chefs? Great googly muggly.
Or how about the one where a referee's down there in the sidelines that both coaches are yelling at him and the guys up in the press box say, you wonder what a guy does to train for that. And next thing you know, he's sitting at the breakfast table and his wife's just hammering right in his ear, all right?
And let's be honest, how many times, and Milton, by the way, won the toss.
Oh, man.
They elected to, I think, defend. The Braves elected to go to the north end zone and play up there. Still, how many of us sat in the cheap seats and yelled, he missed the tag?
Yeah, he missed the tag. He missed the tag.
Or moved to those seats and said, must be in the front row. I remember those ads always make us laugh, but the ads you hear here on WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel let us do things like this. So we thank our sponsors for through the broadcast. And the ones you hear in between the chances we get to talk.
We've had people that have sponsored football and basketball and wrestling for years.
Absolutely.
For years.
Absolutely. It truly takes a village to make this broadcast work, especially when you're doing an audio and a video broadcast. And we thank our video broadcast crew, technical director Ryan McDonald at the helm tonight. Got one of his sons on camera tonight. Riley, he's new to me, so
Yep.
I'm still learning the names. You got too many kids, all right?
Here we go, buddy.
The Braves have the ball. They're going power I now. There's the handoff. To the 10, to the Vader, to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2. First time we've seen power I today. Remember, these are untimed plays, so the clock will not have any time rolling off of it. You get basically 4 plays to either get it in the end zone or kick a field goal, and then Milton will have a chance to match or better. Both teams with 1 timeout. The only way you can get a first down is by penalty. Now they'll go back to the spread formation. Raybuck with a sidecar right, gets it. Goes back to pass, fires it, backside pass to Pollock, and he didn't get to it. Incomplete.
Wow,
Pollock broke away, but he didn't get to the ball.
The big problem was that Brody had to get rid of the ball before he wanted to because of the pressure that was on.
Pollock, though, was wide open.
Yes,
though.
he
was. That could have been ball game right there, and the Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. 3rd down and goal from the 8-yard line. Doesn't get much better than this in week 1. All tied at 14 in the first overtime. Raybuck in the pistol. Back to pass. Fires it, and it is incomplete! Thomas Pollock. No, actually, it wasn't Pollock. It was Elliott that time who had it in his hands and thought he got interfered with, but just timing it right to knock it out. Now it'll be 4th down. Elliott had a chance.
Try a field goal.
Really good defensive play there by Cole Rhodes. So the Braves will try a field goal. This will be DePhillips, who missed one from 35 yards out in the first half. This one will be from, they'll set this one up at the 14. It'll be a 24-yard field goal attempt. Milton had one blocked moments ago for the game winner. Low snap, kick is up, line drive kick, and it is gone!
Well, Mr. DePhillips is 2 for 2 on the PATs and 1 for 1 with a field goal. Well, now the Braves defense has to come to life here.
24-yard field goal Now makes it 17-14 in the first overtime. Braves defense now will be out, and Milton will have 4 downs from the 10-yard line to try and match or better. If it goes to a field goal and they kick it and make it, we go to a second overtime. If it goes in the end zone for a touchdown, the game is over, and Milton wins it. And if Milton does not score or the Braves get a turnover, Shikellamy will get win number 1 on the season. Both teams with a timeout apiece.
The key is this first down.
It's the first play.
First play.
Yep.
That's the real key.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
And they've got just an eye back.
Pistol formation. Here's the handoff. Right side, it is Doyle, and he bowls his way ahead across the 5. They'll say he's down toward the goal line at the 1. Second down and goal at the 1. Milton on the doorstep of winning it in overtime. Braves making a change. Minium hands it off, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Milton! And the 1-yard touchdown run by Doyle gives the Black Panthers the win in overtime, 20-17. Doyle with the 1-yard touchdown run on second down in the first overtime and the first possession. And the Braves, who had led the game all the way, fall in overtime once again, this time with Milton and 2 plays in 10 yards. And the final, Milton 20 and Shikellamy 17. We'll wrap things up here on News Radio 1070 WKOK with a post game. Thanks for joining us on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Remember, you can subscribe and then you'll get alerts anytime we go live, and you can watch any of these games that you'd like that are historically archived as well. And the WKOK Sports YouTube channel is a WKOK Sports presentation.